Show, bring you score updates from around the area during the games and bring you all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school football.
Handoff goes to Kenson Fuller. He bounces off one tackle, first down, and a whole lot more. What a spin move, and he is gone. Kenson Fuller, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. 6 for the Dutch touchdown. Pella, what a play.
Next to Kiefer, takes a snap. Noah looks. He looks, he throws, he's going long. Keller's there, wide open, makes the catch. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! 58 yards, no flags, and the Panthers have tied it.
Is that Kayla Rodman with it? He's trying to make something happen, but a little too much east and west. If he could get a block now, look out! Look out, 40, 45, 50. He's got some people in front of him.
There we go.
30, 25, now a block.
Right there.
Gets a block, and it's all the way for a touchdown. Kayla Rodman reverses field. He starts left, he cuts back to his right, and Norwalk is right back in it. 4:05 left to go. An 80-yard kickoff return touchdown.
Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
Welcome to this edition of Pella Christian High School football, and it's not just Pella Christian High School football tonight, it's Pella Christian and PCM High School football. Two of our area teams renewing the Highway 163 rivalry here in the Tulip City on the KRLS2 stream and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. If you're joining us there, thank you for doing so. Tyler Crabb and JD Moore are going to have all the action for what should be an exciting game, actually Bounds game of the week. JD, not a lot of time to get into this one, unfortunately, in the pregame, as kickoff a little bit earlier than I thought at 7 o'clock. I originally saw 7:30, but quick one as we look at our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Two teams off of big wins, want to keep it up, and again, I think talking to these two coaches, they mentioned special teams, turnovers, they mentioned just about everything could be a key in this game. I think it's just going to be come down to which team can execute in the second and third quarters. Because I think we saw it with Pella Christian last week. Second, third quarter is maybe when they slowed down just a little bit. PCM last week, they got off to kind of a slower start, withstood some of the punches that Sigourney Kyoto threw their way, bounced back, scored 22 unanswered points to take down the Cobras.
Yeah, well, you definitely got two programs that know each other well. You know, they basically played every year since PC started football, you know, so there's some fun matchups there, and I think you got the power of PCM, the power and the size that they bring to the table against the speed of Pella Christian, and it will just be, you know, which team or which strength pays off the most, you know, whether PCM can control it at the line or PC can get outside and use their speed.
Yeah, that's our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for a key to your new career, visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. Tonight's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating is 84 degrees, so not too bad to start off tonight's action here at Pella Christian High School. That is tonight's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. Your local cooling and heating experts. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone in here.
Van Haften.
All right, we're going to step away. When we come back, we'll hear from Greg Bonnet, head coach of the PCM football team, after this break on the KRLS radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS.
Salad's pasta now. Pep up nachos, pizza, wow. You can pep up anything, pepperoni. Pep it up, it's the one and only. Pep it up, Hormel pepperoni.
When you drive around town and see for sale signs in front yards, you'll notice that there's only one real estate company with Pella in its name. That's us, Pella Real Estate Services. I'm Levi Spain, one of the Prez local agents. Unlike some of the bigger corporate brokers, we have no hidden fees and no added buyer's fees. You'll get full transparency through the whole process, and you'll save money when you sell your home with our Prez Listing Advantage. Who you do business with matters. Make the local choice and call 628-1BUI for Pella Real Estate Services.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Yeah, put me in, Coach.
Well, that's not quite the idea, but I like your spirit. Our local teams are going beyond the classroom as they prepare for a new season. And while we won't be putting on the pads or memorizing new songs, we go beyond banking to serve you and share in the life of the community. Check out How We Go Beyond Banking on Facebook, Instagram, or at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Samantha Ollinger, and one of my favorite things to do is to help health insurance clients here at McKay Group. At McKay Group, we have a lot of choices so we can make sure you have the right health insurance plan from the right carrier and at a price that's affordable to you. And when something goes wrong, we're right here to take care of things. We treat you like a neighbor and a friend because that's what you are, a neighbor and a friend to McKay Group. I have worked at McKay Group for about 6 years now, and I love it. I love getting to help others in the local community. If you want to talk to me or one of my other people I work with, just pick up the phone and call McKay Group, 641-842-2135.
Keeping your family comfortable does not have to be expensive. Keeping your home comfort system running at peak performance can save you hundreds of dollars each year, and changing filters is something that is simple and inexpensive. New high-efficiency heating and cooling systems can save your family even more. Brookwood Incorporated is Knoxville's exclusive Lennox dealer, and it's Save certified. Call 842-4315. That's 842-4315 for Brookwood Incorporated in Knoxville.
Brown Shoe Fit Pella is ready for fall. We have a great selection of business, casual, and everyday shoes from your favorite brands like Birkenstock, House, Echo, and Dansko. And at Brown Shoe Fit Pella, we have all your favorite athletic shoe brands like On Cloud, Hoka, Brooks, and New Balance. Don't forget, Brown Shoe Fit Pella has a work boot selection that works as hard as you do. Shop Brown Shoe Fit Pella. We're with you every step.
Talking to head coach of the PCM football team, Greg Bonnet, here on our pregame coverage powered by Hy-Vee. And Coach Bonnet, thanks for joining us today. And you're coming off of a big win against Sigourney Keota, a very good ball club. What's kind of the feel you have in the locker room with these guys coming off of that one, knowing that the road doesn't get any easier continuing this week and then finishing up non-district play? What's kind of the feeling around the team after a big win like that?
Well, I think the feeling around the team is that we know that these three games, the non-district games, were always going to be kind of a juggernaut and the place where we are able to get battle tested. So, that our mentality right now is just getting ourselves better. Sigourney's one heck of a team, and they were tough as nails, and we had kind of a war with those guys. And after we watched the tape, of the game, we could see that there was a lot that we needed to work on. There was a ton of stuff that was good, and we're going to build off that. But there was a lot of stuff that needed to improve, and some of the stuff needed to drastically improve. So right now, our focus is just understanding that right now we're going into 2 weeks here with Pella Christian and with Nevada, where we're getting an opportunity to face some of the best competition in the state, and if we want to be in those conversations towards the end of the year, we have to be able to compete the next 2 weeks.
And you talk about kind of cleaning some of those things up, obviously, early in the season. So some of that stuff naturally just kind of works itself out. But what are some of the things that you feel like you guys in week one wanted to clean up a little bit from that matchup against Sigourney Keota?
Well, Sigourney, their scheme is difficult if you don't totally, if you're a defensive lineman, if you're not totally reading the key that we have you reading on the particular call, you get out of whack, and then all of a sudden they have two guys in a gap where you don't have anybody. So the thing about their offense is that it proved to us, we were able to show our guys that you have to be disciplined. When we tell you to look at something, make sure you're looking at exactly that and don't get your eyes up. So on the defensive side of the ball, the main thing was that. I mean, just totally locking in on your key and fitting your part of the puzzle. And then, from an offensive perspective, it was mostly, a similar type of thing, but understanding where your run-through gap is. We felt like we were doing pretty good on double teams, but, on a double team, there's eventually going to be a guy that shows up either on the right or left side, and that guy has to be ready to, to combat that. And so those were the two main things on offense and defense. And special teams, I think it was just kind of having the special teams. I really feel like me as a head coach, I don't do a good enough job of getting those things ready to go for the first game. So those kind of come over time. But heck, we got a safety and then a kickoff return right away off that safety for a touchdown. So it's kind of something we hadn't thought about, punting the ball as opposed to kicking it off, which, hindsight obviously is 2020. I wish we would have done. But with the special teams, I think it's mostly just making sure we have a formulated plan and kind of being ready for everything. But like I said, that's going to come. All this stuff's going to come with reps and just a few more good practices.
Yes, it is. And, we talk about obviously some of the things to clean up, but obviously a lot of good. You beat a really good, really quality Sigourney Keota team. Mm-hmm. And I know a couple of the names that you kind of highlighted to me talking before we jumped on the air here was, Gavin Mangorp, Adrian Robbins, Evan Jones, Griffin Olson, Caden Clark, names that fans are familiar with. And Obviously non-district, we've talked about it. It's tough, and seeing them get out of the gates with a good start there against a very quality opponent, how big was that going into two more non-district games that are almost equally, if not even tougher than the one you saw in week one?
Well, I think that we didn't get off to a great start in that game. So we were down 15-0. We had to make a comeback, but we had talked a little bit about being tough because we knew Sigourney was going to be tough. And I had told this story about a guy that he was kind of a person that I heard a lot of stories about in Knoxville, and he was a tough guy. This is back in the day. Now, keep in mind, this is the early 80s, but when he'd get into a fight, he'd just take everything the guy had. And he'd sit there and take all of his punches and everything. As soon as that dude wore himself out, then he would go to work. And so we talked about kind of having that mentality. You got to be able to take everything that a team can give you and then go to work once they're worn out. And so, it was just kind of a coincidence that we had been talking about some fun stuff like that, and then it came to fruition. But I was happy to see some of our leaders make plays. Griff Olson comes to mind. Griff, he really wants to take on a leadership role, but we talk about, you can't just be the best at exercising. You have to go out there and you have to take what you've physically done and make plays. And he's a captain for us, and he went out there and, honestly, Griff had just one of the most amazing games I've ever seen, a defensive back, and then just made some huge plays on the offensive side of the ball. But it was a group effort. Obviously, he's not going to be able to do all that stuff if his teammates weren't out there, doing their job and respecting the fact that we have players that can make plays if everybody does their job and it fits their piece of the puzzle.
And before we get into the nitty-gritty of tonight's matchup, Pella Christian, obviously a team that you're very familiar with. You've played them multiple times over your tenure here at PCM. The last couple years, they've got your number. Last year, I know it was a 21-7 contest, a very hard-fought game. I'm sure you're expecting another very hard-fought game this evening. But knowing that, they're a team that the last couple years has been able to get your number, what's kind of that mentality like for the guys going into a game where, you're trying to even the score a little bit with another quality team?
Well, we kind of, we talked about really we want to go out there and our mentality is we don't just want to win. We want to win with ease, and that's never easy to do when you go play Pella Christian. I don't care if you're here or there or whatever. It's never easy to do winning with ease, but that's what the best Warriors do, So, our thing is focusing on ourselves and then going out there and just executing really, really good football. And, in the end, we want everybody to get out safe and all that stuff, but we want to win, and we want to win with ease.
And now getting more into the nitty-gritty on the game, Pella Christian, they're coming off of a pretty convincing win against Des Moines Christian. Doesn't look like it on the scoreboard at the end of the night. Des Moines Christian putting up a couple touchdowns late to kind of help with that, but they got off to a great start. And like I said, it's a team that you guys have played many times, so obviously things change from year to year, but it's not the world's biggest changes where it's something you won't be able to do. What's kind of the key you see tonight, knowing that Pella Christian, they're a good team, they're facing tough non-district opponents too, and they want to, keep up their winning streak, if you will?
Yeah, that's all good for Pella Christian, and everything they're doing. Their program, and we've played for many years, and it's been about a seesaw battle, but the last 2 years they have had our number. And, we don't really talk about it much, to be honest with you. We watch the film. We know we're good. They're a typical Pella Christian team. They're going to have, big, tall dudes that can run. They're going to be, ultra disciplined and things like that. So it's a really awesome football team. We're ready to play the game, but, we're focused on ourselves.
Absolutely, Coach Bonnet. Hopefully when we're talking later, we're going to have another fun conversation as well. But best of luck tonight in a tough game here between two of our area schools. Looking forward to seeing the outcome here later tonight.
All right. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. That was head coach of the PCM football team, Greg Bonnet, here on the KRLS radio pregame show powered by Hy-Vee.
One hop to Peyton Ritzert at his own 10-yard line, has it at the 20. Far sideline 30. He'll shed a tackle at the 40. One man to beat at the 50. Into Comets territory, and he is gone! 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown, Pella Christian. Peyton Ritzert with the house call. 90 yards.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing. We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strouver Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strouver Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Brian trains our new paint team members.
A lot of the people will come in not sure what they want to do and have had that availability to do multiple assessments. That same individual could try for paint, could try for a machine shop, could try for a weld position, and lets them make the decision, which one could I see myself in the most.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting VermeerJobs.com.
Football season is back, and we're back for another award-winning fall of Football Friday nights on KNIA and KRLS. The Young Door Service in Pella is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of Pick'em, and the Guru is looking to defend his championship from 2022. Tune in every Friday night during the Football Friday Night radio preview show to hear us pick the winners. Enjoy live play-by-play of your favorite team, then listen to the scoreboard show to hear how we all did.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, the Young Door Service in Pella.
Is now the right time to buy your home? At Community First Credit Union, we say yes. That's because right now we're giving you up to $2,000 off closing costs when you get your mortgage with us. A savings like that can really make a difference for you. So get in the home you want before this limited time offer ends. Call and ask about our great rates or visit us online at c1stcu.com/home. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval. Equal housing opportunity, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hi, this is Tracy Gaffman with Two Rivers Cooperative. There are several places around town that you can go to get a new bottle of propane for your grill. But have you ever read the fine print? Most of those places only give you 15 pounds in your bottle. At Two Rivers, we always fill your tank to maximum capacity, which means you'll get as much as 20% more LP. And when your favorite steak is still cooking on the grill and the in-laws are waiting to eat, you'll really appreciate that extra 20%. Refill your tank at Two Rivers Co-op today.
Back here on the KRLS radio pregame show, talking to head coach of the Pella Christian football team, Rich Kakmarinsky. And Coach, before we get into the weeds of this week's contest against PCM, I got to start off. It's first game at the newly renovated PC Stadium. I know you guys have scrimmaged here, so you've got a little bit of feel for the field. But getting your first official game on this brand new home turf with some of the improvements that were done on this field, how excited are you for this first game on the new turf?
Well, I think it's always great to play at home. We got a beautiful facility, beautiful stadium, and of course the improvements we made this summer between the fixing of the retaining walls and the improvement of the track and spraying the track, and of course the new turf. I think it just makes it even look better. So we're thrilled. This is a fast field, and so we hope to play fast tonight in our home opener.
That is going to be a good thing to do if you can, is be fast on it. And you guys are coming off of a win against Des Moines Christian, and speaking of fast, what a fast start it was last week, and we're not going to talk too much on it, but now that you've kind of had a week to reflect, what's kind of been the energy or the vibe you've gotten from your team following that win, knowing that non-district doesn't get any easier with PCM tonight and then, Grundy Center next week? What's kind of the feeling you've got from your squad after that?
Well, I think it was a really gratifying win for all of us. We started 7 new starters on defense. We started 9 new starters on offense last week against Des Moines Christian from a year ago. And so for our guys to go in and play as well as they did, a lot of the newbies, rookies maybe is the wrong word, but new starters. So I was really proud of them. I think they were proud of how they played as well. So, and the other thing we have to just be honest about, it was pretty hot. I mean, it was one of the hotter opening games we've had. So to have those new guys go in there and play so well in the heat, I thought that was a real testimony. And I think that excited everybody, because I think everybody saw how good we can be when we do everything correctly. Now, I think they also came back to work this week in practice because they also saw the mistakes that we made and things we had to work on. So we've had a great week of prep. Typically, you see a lot of improvement between week 1 and week 2, and I hope that's the case tonight. But I think we've definitely set ourselves up for success because we've had a great week of preparation.
Absolutely. And we talked with PCM football coach Greg Bonnet a little bit earlier, and one thing that we talked about is you guys have had the number the last 2 years. They're a team that they have a tradition of success, and I know that that's kind of eating at them just a little bit that you guys have been able to get their number the last 2 years. You know, you mentioned a lot of new faces this year. They're a team that they return about half of their squad, and they're going to be really hungry to do that, and maybe seeing some of these new faces, they even have a little bit of an extra oomph to want to, pick up this win and feel like they have a really good shot to do that. How do you kind of look at that, knowing that the last 2 years your squad was able to come away from that game, or what are you able to take away from those two matchups that you're hoping to maybe utilize tonight?
Well, every time Pella Christian and PCM plays, it seems like it's a Donnybrook. We've been playing them for 15 years in a row, and I just go back in my mind and just almost play every game, and every one of them, for the most part, has come down to a play here and a play there, and we enjoy playing them. They're a perennial two-way power. They've been two-way state champs. They had a nice team last year, and they got a lot of guys back. They're kind of loaded for bear, so we recognize we definitely have our hands full tonight. But I like my team. I like our preparation. And games like this are good for you. It's good for the sport of football. PCM travels well. We'll have a great crowd tonight. Pella Christian travels well. We'll have a good home crowd. So this is what high school football is all about. Two good teams going at it. I feel like it'll be one of the better games in the state tonight. And so hopefully we can do the little things tonight we need to do to be successful.
And Bowditch, she picked this as their game of the week in Class 1A, but the one big thing that I'm curious about in matchups is, last week you saw a pretty pass-heavy team in Des Moines Christian. Tate Platte, threw the ball around a lot. This week, totally different style. You got a PCM team that is more predicated on running the football. They've got a three-headed monster of athletes that do that between their quarterback, Gavin Van Gorp, and then the two running backs, Adrian Robbins and Evan Jones. Evan Jones, great track athlete as well. Adrian Robbins and Gavin Van Gorp were state champions in the shuttle hurdle relay for PCM this last year. Knowing that you've got three of those guys to contend with out of the backfield who are all really good runners, what's kind of the way that you feel your team can best attack and slow them down so that they don't hurt you in this game?
Well, maybe holding on to the ball in offense. I think we need to definitely possess the ball in offense and drive and score. But we're just going to play team defense. It's your point. I mean, they got some guys that can really blow over there, and they got some big guys on the line of scrimmage. So we're just going to have to play solid gap control defense. We've got to pursue the ball. We've got to tackle well. We can't let those guys get away from us. So I think this is good. This is why we play this game. I mean, again, as I mentioned, they're a two-way perennial power. So I talked to our kids last night about elevating and playing better against good competition, and that's what we need to do tonight.
Absolutely. One final question here for you, Coach Kakmarinsky, and that is, last week we talked about one of the keys being a special teams unit, and we saw that play out right off the bat against Des Moines Christian. You return the opening kickoff for a touchdown. They mishandle a punt and end up with a bad punt to start the game. Looking at tonight, you got two teams with good special teams units. How vital is the special teams going to come down to in tonight's game?
Well, it might be the difference. I mean, I think last week, obviously, our special teams really set the tone for us early with the kickoff return and the block punt. Really led to our first 14 points. So I think that, in a tight ball game, it's the kicking game that a lot of times establishes field position, which is sometimes the difference in the game. So I think our special teams have been good. Again, we need to elevate and go to the next level. We did not punt the ball well against Des Moines Christian last week. We need to make sure we can do that. We have a good defense. We have a good offense. So special teams could be the factor for tonight. We've got to hang on to the football. We were +2 turnover margin against DMC last week. I'd like to be +2 again tonight. Those two things could be the difference.
And you had mentioned that being a key, and where you wanted to be was +2 last week. And so
Glad to see you're able to do that. Coach Kekmarinsky, thanks for joining us again here pregame, and best of luck tonight against PCM. Hopefully we're having fun conversations afterwards, and it'll be a good night of football here between two rivals, and hopefully the Gatorade drive does well too. So,
Thank you, Tyler.
Absolutely. That was head coach of the Pella Christian football team, Rich Kekmarinsky, here on the KRLS Radio pregame show. We'll be right back after this.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Brian trains our new paint team members.
We have people every day that come in for what we call paint assessments that may be interested in paint but have never painted a day in their life, but are interested in a good career, a good job, something that pays well, it has benefits, and almost all of them are usually fascinated by the end of the assessment.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeerjobs.com.
The horn on the car goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the car goes beep, beep, beep at Central Tire and Auto.
You probably don't need your horn fixed, but if you do, Central Tire and Auto can help with your horn and almost any other issue you have. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Central Tire and Auto.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy, the Pella Motors guarantee.
Get $60 back by mail on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get up to $90 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Offer ends September 4th. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See Raceway Tire and Exhaust or FirestoneRewards.com for details.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
At Dutch Mill Supply, pole barns are their specialty. Customers from Grimes, Runnels, Indianola, Winterset, and right here in Marion County trust them with their unique pole barns. Office spaces, horse arenas, garages, shops, and machine sheds, Dutch Mill Supply has designed and supplied high-quality metal pole buildings that stand the test of time.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
Welcome back to Pella Christian and PCM High School football. Again, I'm sorry about the extended time away there. We were trying to breeze through things, but we're at tonight's opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Don't worry, we'll get you tonight's starting lineups presented by Minninga Pest Control. But I can't tell you, Camden Parker is set to kick off to the PCM Mustangs for Pella Christian. The kick is away. Adrian Robbins will field it. 5 yards deep in the end zone is a touchback for Camden Parker, and that is how things get started. Tonight's opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Starting lineups presented by Minninga Pest Control. We'll start with the Pella Christian defense. On the D-line, we've got senior number 64, Keegan Fatma, senior number 17, Isaiah Breams, junior number 51, Connor Van Zee, and number 34, senior defensive tackle, Trevor Veenstra. Linebackers tonight, junior number 42, Johnson Morgan, junior number 7, Cooper Sprunk, and number 5, senior Caleb Van Arendonk. Gavin Van Gorp, first snap for PCM. He'll hand it off up the middle to Wyatt Wheeler. Good run for Wheeler there of about 7 yards to start off this contest. Continuing on with our starting lineups there. That's Shea Burns for 7 yards. And continuing the Pella Christian starting lineups, you got Landon Franzman, number 15, junior at free safety, Brecken Ritzert, and Noah Nunnikover at corners, and Benny Schurz as the other safety. Gavin Van Gorp on a high snap, he tucks it, and looks like he'll pick up about a half yard. They'll give him a full yard, it looks like there, so it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 28 for PCM to start off after the 1 yard run from Van Gorp. Starters for PCM on the offensive line, you've got junior number 72, Harlan Shannon, in place of Mark Bussin at left tackle. Tate Birkenholtz, the junior number 60 at left guard. Center, number 66, senior Jacob Burns. Right guard, number 68, junior Trenner Van Dyke. Handoff will go to Adrian Robbins. He's waiting for a hole, and Benny Schurz will stand him up at the 31, but it'll be enough for a PCM first down. 3 yards. Continue on with the PCM starters. At right tackle, senior number 76, Wyatt Scuddy. Tight end, senior number 88, Jack Jungling. The receivers, both seniors, 21, Griffin Olson, number 2, Gabe Hobbs. Fullback, number 47, senior Wyatt Wheeler. Halfback, junior, number 0, Adrian Robbins. And the quarterback, number 1, junior Gavin Van Gorp. Those are tonight's starting lineups presented by Minninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Call 628-3198 for Minninga Pest Control. And normally I do the sing-in, but we got action going on as Adrian Robbins is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0.
Tyler, take a deep breath. Man, that's why you're a pro right there, man. That was a lot of names. We're rushing through that. We got some football on the air. We're off to a good start here with PCM on a 2nd and 10. Here we go.
Yeah, and they've run 4 plays now. They've run the ball for 11 yards exactly here, and they have the ball at the 32-yard line. Another handoff for Robbins. He's got a little bit more of a hole, and then he gets drilled by Benny Schurz. Drives him backwards. Looks like about a gain of 5 there for Robbins.
Yeah, so we talked, you mentioned the offensive line there in the starting lineup for PCM. That looks like a strength of this team. They're big, they're physical, and you can see early on in this game that they're going to go behind those big fellas and see if they can grind out some yards in between the tackles. We'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Van Gorp in the shotgun. Robbins to his left, and then 2 receivers out to the left. Kind of an H-back. That is Wyatt Wheeler, and he'll jump. That's going to be a false start. So that'll back the Mustangs up 5 yards and negate all the yards that Robbins just gained on 2nd down.
No doubt, and that's a huge play when you start to think about the difference between 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 10 and what that means for your playbook. Obviously now PC can sit back just a little bit and keep everybody in front of them and just try to limit the Mustangs from a big gain. But this first possession is really going to set the tone for this game, and I think this is a big play as we get started.
That it is. Gavin Van Gorp, 3rd and 10. He'll motion Robbins to the left. 2 receivers still to the left. Wheeler still to the left. It's a quick pass out to the outside for Hobbs, and Landon Nunnikov in there to make the tackle for the Eagles. And it looks like it's going to be a loss of about 1 on the reception from Van Gorp to Gabe Hobbs.
Yeah, that was actually Noah Nunnikov, the brother of Landon, who made the tackle, and really nice job there from the Pella Christian defense. As the pass was a little bit off target, PC went against Des Moines Christian last week. It was an awesome passing attack, and I thought they held up pretty well, and they did a nice job there of wrapping him up, forcing the punt.
Yeah, Van Gorp is the punter for PCM, so he's back deep to punt this one away to Benny Schurz. Trevor Veenstra nearly got there to block it, and this one held up in the wind, and it dives just beyond the 50. It'll be down at the 47-yard line, and that'll be where Pella Christian takes over. So good starting field position for the Eagles offense as we go through our Minninga Pest Control starting lineups for this side of the ball. For PCM, on the defensive line, you've got number 88, Jack Jungling, a senior. Defensive end number 45, Elias Nolan, a senior. Nose guard number 74, Caden Clark, a junior. Defensive tackle number 68, Trenner Van Dyke, a junior. Linebackers are all juniors for PCM. Finn Wilson, Gavin Durod, and Brevin Durod. And then the defensive backfield, Justin Johnson wearing number 13, Griffin Olson, Adrian Robbins, and number 6, Riley Graber. We'll get to the Eagle starters after this first play. Benny Schurz in motion, and the handoff from Van Arendonk goes to Sprunken. He goes backwards for a loss of 3 to start the offensive game plan. So maybe a little bit of a defensive struggle here early. The Eagle starters on the offensive line, you've got on the O-line, number 64, Keegan Fatma, a senior. A junior, number 60, Josiah Vink. Senior, number 54, Trey Van Manen. Junior, number 51, Connor Van Zee. Senior, number 74, Trevor Veenstra. Wide receivers, Camden Parker. The tight end is Isaiah Breams. Johnson Morgan goes in motion, and we've got Laundry on the field for a false start on the Eagles. So back them up another 5, and it'll be 2nd and 18 from the 35. The other starters for the Eagles, left halfback, number 31, Benny Schurz. The senior fullback, junior, number 7, Cooper Sprunk. Right halfback, number 42, junior Johnson Morgan, and the quarterback, senior number 5, Caleb Van Arendonk. We made it through our starting lineups.
Ooh, there we go. And for those tuning in here for the first time this year, maybe some PCM fans, that Pella Christian, the strength is going to be their running backs. They got three guys in the backfield that they're really comfortable going to.
Yep, Johnson Morgan in motion. The toss will go to him. He'll beat one man to the outside. He'll beat another man to the outside. Gets across the 45-yard line, nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like they will give him the original line of scrimmage. So that'll be a gain of 8 for Johnson Morgan on his first carry, coming off of a big opening week against Des Moines Christian.
Gosh, how many touchdowns?
4 on 12
touchdowns.
carries.
He had one of them called back as well. He had a big-time game, the junior, kind of that breakout game, and they're going to continue to look to him to make some big plays.
Yep, Caleb Van Arendonk here on 3rd and 10. He'll toss to Benny Schurz, and it's a halfback pass. Benny Schurz throwing deep for Cooper Sprunk. He mosses a man, and he's down inside the 20. Goes up over the top of Adrian Robbins. Makes the catch, wrestled down inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Great play from Benny Schurz to Cooper Sprunk.
To be clear, did you just use moss as a verb?
I did.
He mossed him. That was outstanding.
That was the best thing that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, you were right on top of it. It's exactly right. They threw it up for grabs, and Cooper went up and got it. Great job by him to have the strong hands to be able to haul that one in.
Yeah, I don't exactly know how deep of a pass that was. Handoff goes to Johnson Morgan. He's wrestled down inside the 15 at the 14 now.
Yeah, and those are one of those plays when you get the running back throwing it, they've been working on it. Like, this is kind of their exciting thing. Hey, we got this little wrinkle we're going to go into it on the first drive. It wasn't superbly executed, but to get the big play and pick up the first down, and now, Pella Christian's got a chance to put the first points on the board.
Yeah, 4-yard run there for Johnson Morgan. I believe it was a 34-yard pass. As Caleb Van Arendonk's going to roll out to his left. He's looking. He doesn't necessarily have a receiver open. He'll run it out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4 again, so that'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Pella Christian at the 11-yard line inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
Yeah, that time they went to the air, and it was the defensive end, Jack Jungley, number 88 for PCM, who did a nice job of just keeping Van Arendonk uncomfortable. He did a nice job to just find a couple yards, but there wasn't a whole lot going on there.
So Van Arendonk with Sprunk behind him. Schurz and Morgan out wide. They will fake the handoff to Morgan. Van Arendonk's going to roll left. He'll find Cooper Sprunk.
No, it's...
or is that Camden Park? No, that's Isaiah Breams.
Yeah. I actually thought he had Cooper out in the flats. I thought maybe that would be his first read, but he was looking towards the middle of the field. I didn't see who it was from the Mustangs, who almost had a beat on that one. Thankfully, he threw it a little bit behind Isaiah, so he was able to corral it, and now they're at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 2 here for the Eagles. Benny Schurz in motion. Handoff will go to Schurz, and Benny Schurz starts off the scoring for Pella Christian from 2 yards out. Benny Schurz makes it 6-0. Pella Christian with 6:06 to go in quarter number 1.
I tell you what, an emphatic start there from the Eagles as the defense did a nice job to, they gave up 1 first down, but then held strong. The field position was good for PC. The trick play moved him down the field, and they were able to keep it on the ground there to punch it in. I think we're a little unsure of what this game would look like, but I'm sure the Pella Christian Eagles are pretty happy with that start.
Yep, Camden Parker on to attempt the point after. And the snap, hold, kick is up. Camden Parker's PAT is through the uprights, and Pella Christian goes up 7-0 here in the first quarter on PCM. We'll be back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, where you're listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS Knoxville Pella and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella.
Refrigerator conked out.
Did you try kicking the back coils? Prepare for those unwelcome moments with a Life Happens savings account at Advantage Credit Union. This pays you 1% APY on the first $2,000 with no minimum balance. As a member, this helps you save money for any time life happens. Build up your savings for those unexpected expenses with ACU to your rescue.
APY is annual percentage yield. Balance is over $2,000. Earn 0.3% APY. Federally insured by NCUA.
Now that the kids are back in school, you finally have time to take care of some of the things that you've been putting off for a while. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, reminding you how important it is to make sure your pet receives a regular wellness exam. Just like our local athletes recently received their annual physicals to screen them for any potential problems before getting back in action. Think about it this way. They say that 1 year in a dog's life is like 7 years in yours, and you wouldn't wait 7 years to go to the doctor. That's why we recommend an annual exam for our younger pets, and for older pets, we recommend twice-a-year exams. This special attention allows for early diagnosis and treatment of health problems, helping us to maintain your pet's high quality of life. Schedule a wellness exam today by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
We'd also like to take a moment to say good luck to all the local sports teams competing this season. Go Little Dutch, go Eagles, and go Dutch.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Unfortunately, we missed the ensuing kickoff after Pella Christian went up 7-0 on the 2-yard Benny Schurz touchdown run there. There's 6:02 to play in the first quarter. Kickoff went to Adrian Robbins. He tried to return it. Benny Schurz, like a bullet out of the gun down the field, makes the tackle at the 12-yard line. So PCM backed up to start off their second drive of the night. Gavin Van Gorp, he'll hand to Adrian Robbins. He's got a little bit of a hole, though. He'll break a couple of tackles. He breaks a couple more, and he gets it out to the 25. Great start to the drive for Adrian Robbins there with a 13-yard run.
Yeah, Adrian Robbins, just a junior. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. I was like, geez, he's just a junior. He had a nice year last year for them as well. Their leading rusher. You can tell he's a guy who, when he has the ball in his hands, he's capable of making some big plays. Broke a couple tackles on that one to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he's a guy that the Mustangs are very excited about. He was part of their state championship shuttle hurdle relay team this last spring. We'll get you a Stroud Cellular Instant Radio update in a moment after PCM's play here. A couple guys in motion. Handoff goes back to Robbins. This time, the Eagles are there to swallow him up right at the 25.5-yard line for a gain of 0.
Yeah, nice job there from Connor Van Zee on the defensive line. Cooper Spronk in on the tackle as well. He's been active at that linebacker spot. We heard Coach Kakmarinsky talk about gap control, and what he's talking about is making sure there's no big holes. Just do your job along the interior of the defense, and right there they did exactly that.
Yeah, they did. Van Gorp sends jungling in motion. Robbins lined up to his right in the backfield. Handoff goes back to Robbins. Trevor Veenstra in the backfield this time. Gain of 0 for Robbins again.
Trevor Veenstra lived in the backfield last week, number 74. He's all over the place from his nose guard position. PCM, this is interesting because they just continue to feed Robbins. At some point, we're going to see them go to the air. I know they're confident in Van Gorp as a passer, so we'll see what they have dialed up here on a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 from the 26 for PCM as we approach the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1 here. Van Gorp, he's going to send Olsen in motion, and looks like we've got a false start there on PCM. That'll give us a chance to do a Stroud Cellular Instant Radio update. Norwalk up 7-0 on Indianola, and the Norwalk's 2nd straight Warren County rivalry game against Carlisle. They won last week. This week against Indianola, they're up 7-0, and then Pleasantville leads Woodward Granger 7-0 with 4:33 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and again, that 3rd down penalty is going to back the Mustangs up again. That's are so tough. They make a couple substitutions, bringing in a few more receivers, a little more speed on the outside.
Yeah, Robbins will motion up to the right of Van Gorp, and Van Gorp back to pass. He's looking. He doesn't necessarily have anybody open. And Van Gorp is still looking down the field. He'll throw it up, and he's got his guy. The Eagles want to hold as Keegan Fatma got tackled. Yeah. No call in the backfield there. And I say that as impartially as I can. Fatma
that was really surprising. You don't hear often, the crowd be yelling for a hold because usually those aren't very obvious calls. That one, it really did look like number 64, Keegan Fatma, got wrapped up on his pursuit of the quarterback. But a good job by Van Gorp. He bought some time, rolled out to the right, found his receiver, and it looks like they're going to keep with this trips look to the left.
Yeah, there's a gain of 23 to Olsen, I believe. As Van Gorp, he'll turn, handoff to Robbins again. Brecken Ritzert comes up, makes first contact, and then Connor Van Zee, Keegan Fatma, and Trevor Veenstra there to clean it up after a gain of about 5 for Robbins. And I'm really glad that I cleared out a third column this week, because I think at the rate we're going with Robbins, he might carry the ball close to 60 times tonight.
No doubt.
He's already carried
just
7.
feeding him. He goes to the bench now as Evan Jones comes in to give him a bit of a blow. He's been active so far here tonight.
7 carries already to start this ball game in the first quarter. As you mentioned, Evan Jones comes into the game. He'll get the ball the first time he carries it, and he'll get wrestled down by, I believe that was Trevor Veenstra. No, that's Isaiah Breams who ran him down there on the edge. Gain of about 3 for Evan Jones, brings up 3rd down again.
Yeah, trying to use that speed that Jones brings to try to get him outside. We've seen Robbins between the tackles a little bit more. Jones there kind of drug that one out to the left. I thought it was pretty good gap control defense by the Eagles to hold him to just a short game.
Yep, so 3rd and 2 for PCM. Jones goes to the left of Van Gorp this time. 3 receivers to the left. Van Gorp hands off to Jones. Johnson Morgan, though, in the backfield. Brecken Richard and Isaiah Breams will finish him off. But all the 3 yards that were just gained by Jones, negated by the play in the backfield by Johnson Morgan.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he came on a blitz or if he just recognized the rush, but Johnson Morgan just shot through the gap that time and was able to get in the backfield. Jones hardly had a chance to even got before he was swallowed up and tackled. And that 3rd down stop looks like it's going to force a Mustangs punt.
Yeah, so Gavin Van Gorp, who is the quarterback, he'll line up as the punter as well. He's the punter for this Mustang squad, so you do have to be wary of fake.
No
but
doubt.
Van Gorp is going to punt this one away, nearly blocked. And Cooper Sprunk with the fair catch. Nearly blocking that was number 15, Landon Franzman. But Pella Christian takes the ball over with 1.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 with a 7-0 lead here. And the Eagles will make their way out to the field. I want to take this time. We've got a nice little setup here in the box with a nice replay. I got to mention that we're partnering with the Pella Christian YouTube channel once again. And tonight's video presentation here on the Pella Christian YouTube channel is presented by KNIA and KRLS Radio. And you know, I'm excited that we partner with this live stream because Frank Vandenbosch does he runs, in my opinion, the best live stream in the state.
Yeah, you got Frank, you got Jacob, you got Kenyon, just an awesome group of guys. I agree. You know, it is truly a blessing to be able to tune in your homes and get really a world-class feed right to your TV.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job. They put on a great live stream. And so awesome deal that we get to be a part of that. And we've got our replay system up here tonight, which is really nice.
That's awesome.
And Cooper Sprunk there. We need the replay because Cooper Sprunk there with a gain of 4 for the first play of the drive here for Pella Christian. Minute to go in the first quarter. Caleb Van Arendonk will send Schurz in motion. He'll give it to Johnson Morgan. Morgan makes a couple guys miss out to the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 and a first down for Pella Christian.
Yeah, this is part of the new look Pella Christian offense. We've seen the Isaac Kakmarinsky quarterback runs, throwing the ball a little bit more. This year, it's a lot more predicated with the running backs. That's one of their go-to plays, with Benny Schurz getting the handoff and then handing it off again to Johnson Morgan. He does a nice job of reading his blocks.
Yep, so 40 seconds to go. Caleb Van Arendonk, he lofts one up. He was looking for Caden Croyd, and looks like a miscommunication there, and pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, Croyd was running about a 5-yard hitch route, and Van Arendonk was just throwing it up to him. Croyd's 6'9", you know, so he's saying, hey, we got a matchup. I'm just going to throw it up for the big fella. But he had kind of, run a different route. So.
Yeah, and where have we seen 6'9" receivers running down the sideline before?
That's right.
2 years ago, man, that was a fun connection. Isaac Kakmarinsky, Caleb Van Arendonk gets up to the line of scrimmage. He didn't like what he sees, and he's going to call a Pella Motors timeout. We're going to use that quickly to talk about our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We mentioned some scores earlier. Indianola and Norwalk. Norwalk with a 7-0 lead in the first quarter of that game. We also have Knoxville taking on Clark tonight. That can be heard live on 95.3 KNIA. The Pella Dutch, they made a long trip to the almost the southernmost point of Iowa tonight, down to Keokuk, all the way down there on the Missouri border. Andrew Schneider and Randy Sikkema made the trip down there. They're on 92.1 KRLS tonight. No scores from those games. They have not yet started. Just our game and Indianola Norwalk. We also know that Pleasantville leads Woodward Granger 7-0 with 4.5 to go in the first quarter. And last time we saw, that's our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, a 2-yard touchdown run by Benny Schurz midway through quarter number 1. Is the only scoring we have here is Pella Christian out of the Pella Motors timeout. Lead 7-0, 36 seconds to play. Cale Van Arendonk will turn, hand to Benny Schurz. Benny Schurz going to try to bounce it to the outside. He'll bounce off one tackle from Adrian Robbins. He'll bounce off of another. He's across midfield at the 45, down near the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of nearly looks like 19 yards.
Nice play there. You know, Benny Schurz is one of those guys. He's a senior. He's been around. This is his 3rd year getting a lot of carries for the Eagles. So he's smart. He knows where to go with the football. He's strong, powerful runner. Does a nice job there on that play.
Yeah, 15 seconds to play in the quarter. The toss goes out to Morgan on the outside. He'll make one guy miss across the 40, across the 35, down to the 30. That'll be a gain of 12 for Morgan. Made a little bit of something out of nothing there. But in case you missed, it was presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
There it is.
Yeah, didn't want to go on me the first time there, but second time's a charm.
Yeah, so there you go. You know, it's the speed of PC. They're not going to try to run between the tackles very much. Even though they're going to use their running backs often, it's on the edge. You can see the speed. That's how they want to beat this Mustang defense.
Yeah, Pella Christian just got the snap off for the last play of quarter number 1 there. I didn't think they did, but
they're going to wish they didn't. Nice job there by Trenner Van Dyke, an interior defensive lineman there for PCM to break through and make that tackle.
Yeah, so Cooper Sprunk is tackled for a gain of 0 there. That's the end of quarter number 1. Pella Christian 7, PCM 0. We go to quarter number 2. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are proud to be your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partners. Hi, I'm Lacey Dykstra, and I'm accepting new patients at the Red Rock Healthcare Pella Clinic and Knoxville Hospital Clinic. As your family medicine provider, I want you to know that I will be here to listen to you and to make sure you are comfortable in every moment of your healthcare process. You and your family are important to me. To schedule an appointment with me in Pella or Knoxville, please call 641-628-2222.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS2 at KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. And a broken play there, and Trenner Van Dyke with a big play there for PCM as the reverse that Pella Christian likes to run got blown up. Johnson Morgan lost the football as he was hit by Trenner Van Dyke. Van Dyke recovered it, and so PCM takes over.
Man, what a big play. You know, Pella Christian had all the momentum in this game, getting that first touchdown, driving here on their second possession. You know, a very costly turnover. And that's one of the mistakes you'll see with a young team who's learning a new offense. I don't know, you know, what they're taught to do. That's kind of a weird situation where all year long that handoff has been there, but a great job by Van Dyke to blow it up. He basically takes the handoff from Johnson Morgan and now sets up his Mustangs offense.
Yep, Jungling and Robbins in motion. Breckenritzer calling out, knowing exactly what's about to happen. And it is exactly what he called out there. It's a gain of sticks still for Robbins. Great run by Adrian Robbins.
Yeah, you know, again, going back to Robbins between the tackles, he's not necessarily this huge physical runner, but he's so shifty, he's so smart, and, you know, he's great vision. He reads his holes really well and does a nice job to just, you know, we haven't seen them hit the big play yet, but he's been pretty effective just getting that 5-6 yards.
Yeah, and he kind of reminds you of like if you watch a lot of NFL football, kind of reminds you of like a Le'Veon Bell. He kind of waits, lets the play develop, and he's going to do that here. He'll get across. This is going to be the big play right here for him. Landon Franzman will rip him down. Let's see, the ball was at the 40. It's across to the other 43-yard line, so going to have a gain of 17.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about right there. Is he just does a nice job of making that little jump cut. number 74, big number 74, Trevor Veenstra's, going to be able to make some plays. But if Robbins can scoot around him, he feels like there's going to be some opportunities for him to make those plays.
Yep, Robbins is going to go to the left. Jack Jungling also going to go to the left. Imagine ball's going to go right here with Robbins. And it does. Robbins looking for some space. He'll spin down across the 40, gain of 3 for Adrian Robbins.
Nice job there from the sophomore Brecken Ritzert of Pella Christian. He's a corner, but he's a big physical corner. I was going to see what he's listed at. Brecken Ritzert's a 6'3", 180 corner. He does a nice job of helping out in the run game there and getting a hold of Robbins and not letting him get away.
Yeah, and he's been kind of calling things out as he's seen the motions. Jungling going to motion to the right now. Ball is going to be handed off to Robbins going to the right. He'll break through a couple of Eagles tackles, and he's down to the, the 30?
39.
Looks like the 34, actually.
Sorry, 34, 5 yards off. Yeah, this is the game that PCM wants to play right here. Is they're starting to look much more comfortable, picking up first downs, keeping those chains moving, getting themselves in third and manageable as they come up with the 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 from the 34 for PCM. Jungling going to go to the right. Imagine we're going to get another handoff to Robbins to the right side. We are. Robbins through the hole. He is across to the 20, down to the 19, and into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone is PCM after the 15-yard run by Adrian Robbins.
Man, a really impressive drive here for the Mustangs. We haven't really it hasn't been really anything different. Every play, they've come up to the line of scrimmage. Jungling has gone in motion, and they've handed it off to Robbins. But right now, the Eagles have no answer for that.
Yep, Jungling on the right side. They're going to turn. They're going to hand to Robbins again, going to the right side. Robbins is around the corner, inside, spinning down to the 12-yard line is Adrian Robbins, so a gain of 7 there on the first play inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone for the PCM Mustangs.
Yeah, and as they move into the red zone now, this execution becomes so important. It's been a couple penalties that have really hurt the Mustangs' first couple drives, as 3rd down penalties have backed them up a little bit. They're going to have to execute here as they get closer because, they're looking for 7.
So Gavin Van Gorp in the shotgun. He'll motion Jungling to the right. Robbins is set up on the right this time, and it's going to be a power play for Van Gorp now to the right. He's down. He's got a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for PCM at the 6-yard line after the 6-yard run from Van Gorp.
Yeah, it's the first time tonight where we've seen that design quarterback keeper, Gavin Van Gorp, another junior, listed at 6'1", 180. He's a nice athlete. He's able to use his speed there, picks up the first down, sets up the Mustangs for a 1st and goal.
And he does. 1st and goal from the 6. Robbins to the left, Jungling to the right. And the handoff is not going to be given. Van Gorp will keep it. He'll gain a yard.
Yeah, it gets about a yard there. That's the first, I just said they had done a design run for Van Gorp. It looks like that one might have been a read as he kind of put it in Robbins' belly, pulled it out, tried to run it up the middle. Didn't get a whole lot, but now with 2nd and 5, or 2nd and goal from the 5 or 6 yard line, 5-yard line here, it's got to be Robbins, right? I mean, they're going to hand it off to number 0 and see if he can squirt through the line.
Yeah, he's got 13 carries already. No, they're going back to Van Gorp, and Van Gorp breaks a couple of tackles and touchdown PCM Mustangs. We're a point after attempt away from a tie ball game here with 8:14 to go in the 2nd quarter on the 6-yard touchdown run from Gavin Van Gorp.
Yeah, nice call there. Obviously, they were probably thinking the same thing that we were, that everybody thinks we're going to give the ball to Robbins. They faked it again. Nice job by Van Gorp. As he got near the goal line, he was able to lower his shoulder, put it in the end zone, put 6 on the board.
Yep, Dominic Witt, the sophomore, out to kick the point after attempt here. Again, 8:14 to go in the 2nd quarter, and Witt will tie up the ball game, but I did hear some whistles.
Oh, we're good.
Nope, we're good. So Dominic Witt has tied the ball game as Gavin Van Gorp scores from 6 yards out. We'll take a break. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Have you been ignoring your pain or masking it with pain relievers? What if I told you there's a better way? Hi, this is Ashley from Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. Not only will we help you get to the root of your pain, we will also help you through it with proven movement techniques and exercises that work for you. If you're ready for one-on-one specialized care to get you back to living a pain-free life, call Kinetic Edge today or visit kineticedgept.com.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on the KRLS2 stream at KNIA, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Tyler Crabb and J.D. Bohr with you here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Dominic Witt to kick it off to Pella Christian after the 6-yard touchdown run from Gavin Van Gore ties things up here at 7-7 with 8:14 to go in quarter number 2. The kickoff will go to Johnson Morgan. Morgan will look to return it and breaks a couple of tackles, and he gets it out near the 25, looks like around the 23-yard line. Pretty good return there from Morgan. Had to deal with a couple defenders right away, but did a nice job eluding some of those would-be tacklers.
Yeah, you know, hold out. They might have fumbled the football right there at the end. No, they're going to give it to Pella Christian, called down by contact.
Yep. PCM believes that they got it, but Morgan.
Celebrating.
Yeah, PCM
Hard
believed that they had it, but Morgan ruled down. Let's see if we can't get a replay here on the Pella Christian channel.
But in the meantime, coaches obsess over taking care of the football, and that last possession is exactly why. Is the PC offense was driving, thinking they're about to go up 2 scores. They put the ball on the turf. The Mustangs did a great job, recovered the football, and then they're able to drive all the way back. So that turnover looms pretty large in this early on here in this game.
That it does. Caleb Van Arendonk and the Eagles offense back onto the field. Handoff will go to Cooper Sprunk. He'll get it across the 25 there to the 28-yard line. So a gain of 4 there for Cooper Sprunk to start things off as the Eagles started at the 24.
Yeah, now it's up to that Eagles offense to respond. You know, I feel like the momentum of the game is kind of hanging in the air as both teams have been able to move the ball. But both defenses have also stepped up and made some big plays. So I think we're going to be in for a great game, and all these possessions are really important.
Yep, and the fake handoff to Benny Schurz. Caleb Van Arendonk was looking for Cooper Sprunk, who couldn't reel it in. The Eagles now 2 for 4 trying to pass the football today.
Yeah. We're seeing them going through the air a little bit more. You know, I feel like last game against Des Moines Christian, we were kind of eager to see what this offense would look like. And, you know, we're seeing a little bit more of an expanded playbook here from Pella Christian as Van Arendonk is going to the air a little bit more. We obviously saw the Benny Schurz pass to Cooper Sprunk. So a little more variety here from the Eagles offense, but we'll see what they have in store for 3rd and 6.
And Van Arendonk, he'll roll left immediately, looking to throw. And he throws it deep for Benny Schurz. Schurz goes up, and he makes, nearly made the catch. Eagles wanting some pass interference there. Coverage, I believe, was number 27, or 21, Griffin Olsen. Let's see here. No, that was number 13. Justin Johnston coming on to make the play. Nice job there as Benny Schurz had gotten behind the defense, and Caleb Van Arendonk's pass just cannot be corralled.
Yeah, you know, he probably put a little bit too much air on it and allowed Johnston back into the play, but it looked like Benny Schurz had 2 hands on it. As he tried to bring it back to his body, he basically runs into Johnston's helmet. Great job by Johnston to be in perfect position to break that one up. That's a huge play.
Trevor Veenstra back to punt for the Eagles.
Oh, wow.
Gets it away. It's a high kick. Benny Schurz will down it at the 39-yard line for the Eagles. And so PCM takes over here with 7:44 to go in the second quarter and a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, I love it, Tyler. You know, this is going to be a fun game because you can tell, like, these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Both teams have looked really good at times. We saw PCM look great in that last drive, and it's going to be important for them to keep that thing rolling here a little bit. I imagine we'll see, again, a heavy dose of Robbins as they continue to try to establish that ground game and see if they can seize control of this one.
Yeah, PCM going from right to left. on your radio dial. Gavin Van Gorp has his feet on the 35-yard line. He hands off to Adrian Robbins, makes one man miss, makes another man miss. We've got 2 flags on the field there as Robbins gained 11 up to midfield, but I would imagine this play's not going to count. We got 2 different flags, 2 separate sides of the field. We got one in the middle of the field, one on the far sideline on the PCM sideline, so feels like.
Well, as they're talking, I saw some PCM players seem to be pretty happy about whatever the conversation was. So we'll see. Kind of a long conversation here. Obviously, all these penalties loom pretty large here in a game like this.
Yeah, it feels like offsetting. There. Personal foul, face mask on the Eagles.
Yeah,
I thought the one on the far side then would be a different one, but it's a face mask, so it's an 11-yard run for Robbins, and that'll tack on another 15 afterwards.
Yeah, what a big play. You feel like, you're already having a hard enough time slowing down this offense, but to gift them 15 more yards, all of a sudden this PCM offense is right where they want to be.
That they are. Gavin Van Gorp in the shotgun. Robbins to his left. And Van Gorp will keep it. And Van Gorp will sneak up there for a gain of about 3. But Isaiah Breams, there was a pretty good grasp on him, and there was a flag thrown right in the vicinity of Breams. So imagine this one will back up 10. It is going to be backed up 10, holding on the Mustangs there.
Right, and from the PCM perspective, they're thinking to themselves, the one drive where we were clean, the one drive where we were penalty-free, we were able to put it in the end zone, put 7 points on the board. The 2 drives earlier that they had stalled a little bit were a result of some penalties. So now, you see that penalty, and all of a sudden you're in 1st and 20. That really changes the way that you look at this drive.
Yeah, so Van Gorp in the shotgun, receiver on either side, Robbins to his left. That will not scare off the Mustangs from trying to run the football. Robbins will run for 5. They're up to the 40.
Yeah.
It's carry number 15 on the night for Adrian Robbins.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what the crazy part is? That's not even the most carries in a first half. That's not even close to carries in a first half that we've seen. If you'll remember back last year when we played Panorama, Ryan Kogel ran the ball 29 times in the first half.
He was getting after it. Yeah, that dude took some hits in that game too. But now, PCM slowing it down here a little bit. As you can even tell, it seems to be an emphasis to say, hey, let's take our time a little bit. They're one to change the tempo. Sometimes they'll go fast, sometimes they'll slow it down.
And it'll be a jet sweep to Gabe Hobbs. He's out on the perimeter, and Cooper Sprunk with a big hit on the sideline there right at the original line of scrimmage. Looks like they're only going to give Hobbs a gain of 4. Wow, nice play by Cooper Sprunk.
No doubt. He's one of those guys who has to get it done on both ends of the field. We talked a lot about Isaac Kakmarinsky in that middle linebacker spot, and he obviously had a ton of tackles in the last few years. Cooper and Johnson Morgan are the 2 kind of trying to take that role on.
Van Gorp back to pass. He's throwing deep for Hobbs, and he caught it inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone there. As he got by number 22, Noah Nunakovic.
Yeah, run. And then Van Gorp says, hey, I got an arm too. He put that one right on the money. Great job by Hobbs to go up and get it. But that's exactly what PCM wanted, and you see them moving quickly now to the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 29. Handoff goes to Robbins behind the right side of the O-line. He's down to the 1-foot line. Gain of... Let's see, gain of 6 there for
and getting
Adrian
right
Robbins.
Back to the line again. They're going to do the same thing. They're running up to the line to run this next play.
That they are. Handoff to Robbins to the right side, cuts back and across the goal line. Touchdown, Adrian Robbins for PCM as they go up 13-7 with 5:26 to play in quarter number 2.
Yeah, that time they didn't allow the penalty to disrupt them too much as they were still able to mostly keep the ball on the ground. Obviously, the big play through the air to Hobbs was the one that sets up this touchdown, and a nice job from the offensive line. They're really starting to have their way there on the interior as they were able to clear up a nice hole for Robbins to get in the end zone.
So Dominic Witt on to attempt the PAT here. And the PAT is good for Witt. And PCM goes up 14-7 here against the Eagles of Pella Christian. Back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS.
Do you need new gear to show off your love for Pella or Pella Christian? At Windmill Print and Stitch, you can shop our online apparel store and pick up your order the same day at our facility in Pella. And we'll give 10% back to the local schools. Go to the Windmill Print and Stitch Facebook page and look for the link for Pella and Pella Christian fanwear. Shop online and pick up your order the same day. Windmill Print and Stitch and Pella, proud supporters of the Dutch and Eagles.
Are you a Pella Cooperative Electric member? Grab your keys and head over to the co-op on Saturday, September 16th for our Member Appreciation Drive-Thru Barbecue. The Marion County Cattlemen will be grilling up top-notch hamburgers and hot dogs from locally sourced beef. Stop by anytime from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. or until supplies last. We'll also be giving away bill credits on our Facebook page the week of the event, so watch our page for details. We'll see you on Saturday, September 16th. Owned by those we serve, we are Pella Cooperative Electric.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Dominic Witt with a touchback there as PCM has, I guess, I'm trying to think of a stronger word than grab, because it feels like they have just ripped the momentum right out of the hands of Pella Christian here. And they've taken a 14-7 lead on the Eagles after Pella Christian got the scoring started here. Adrian Robbins with the touchdown this time from 1 yard out makes it a 14-7 game. We got to get some Strawberry Cellular Insta Radio updates in here quickly. Clark leads Knoxville 7-0 in the first quarter. Keokuk 7, Pella 0 in the first quarter. Pleasantville 7, Woodward Granger 6 in the second. Norwalk 7, Indianola 0 after 1. And Isaiah Breams was the intended target there of Caleb Van Arendonk. And the pass unable to be completed there. The Eagles just cannot buy the big play that they need.
Yeah, that time they went to the all seams. We've seen that plenty. Now they're doing it out of a little bit of a different formation. I thought it was a nice ball. I see Coach Cack seems a little frustrated. I think he wanted maybe a PI there, but you're giving your receiver a chance. I thought that was pretty well defended there from the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Eagles just trying to get something going. PCM has started to figure out that rushing attack as Van Arendonk is looking to throw. He's looking, doesn't really have anyone. And he'll sneak it across the 23 to the 24-yard line for a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 6 for Pella Christian.
Yeah, Van Arendonk's a senior. By the looks of things, it looks like he's kind of grasped that quarterback spot for the Eagles here. He's never really played a lot of quarterback before. In fact, last year he didn't even play football after he had an ACL injury his sophomore year. So, but he seems to have a pretty good hold of this quarterback position. I thought he did a nice job there of just getting a few.
Yep, the handoff is going to go to Sprunk up the middle. Caden Clark all over that one, though. Sprunk gains 0, and it'll be 4th and long for the Eagles. Actually, it's a loss of 1 for Sprunk. And so 4th and 7, you have to imagine that Pella Christian going to have to punt here deep in their own territory again. And this is all, this is a huge momentum flip here. PCM got off to a little bit of a slower start, kind of like they did last week, and they have absolutely assumed momentum in this game. The chance now to go up 2 scores is Veenstra with a nice punt down the field, and will be caught by number 27, Gavin Steenhook, at the 36-yard line. So PCM will take over there. Nice job by Trevor Veenstra to kind of flip the field position for the Eagles and kind of give their defense a little bit of a shot here, as he's going to make PCM drive 64 yards to get to the end zone here in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes to go. The Mustangs with a 1-touchdown lead. I imagine they're going to take this possession pretty slowly and see if they can keep those chains moving and extend that lead here before the half.
Handoff goes to none other than Adrian Robbins. Makes a couple guys miss. He'll gain 9. And Adrian Robbins just continues to be a workhorse here for the Mustangs and doing a great job every time he touches the ball. Really the first drive of the game, he got bottled up 3 times for no gain. Right. Since his last no-gain run, he has gained no less than 3 yards except for the 1-yard touchdown run. Handoff goes to Robbins again. He'll keep that streak as he gets right to midfield. Gain of 5, first down, Adrian Robbins.
Yeah, it feels like a couple things have shifted a little bit here in this second quarter. One is that this offensive line from the Mustangs is really starting to assert themselves. You know, you're looking at big number 74 thinking, you know, where is he? But they're double teaming him. They're doing a nice job on the offensive line. And it just doesn't feel like that Pella Christian defense is as disciplined in their gap control as they were in the first drive or two.
That is very accurate, I would say. Gavin Van Gorp is looking to pass. He's got nowhere to go with it, and he'll just toss it into the sideline. And we're going to get an ineligible man downfield here late on this play, which will be a loss of down and a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, spot on. You know, it looked like there was maybe a little confusion of what that play was because clearly Van Gorp was going to the air, but it didn't even look like he maybe had 1, maybe 2 receivers really running a route. I guess one of the linemen thought they would run one for him, but he got caught doing it, and that's going to back him up here on this drive.
Yeah, well, and I think looked like Van Gorp threw it away in the direction of Jack Jungling there, but I think with the play breaking down, the offensive line went down the field, lost track of their spot in the field.
You know, an interesting decision, too. Do you want 1st and 15 or 2nd and 10? The Eagles elect to push him back to 1st and 15.
So Van Gorp now. He'll give to Robbins again, and that time Trevor Veenstra's in the backfield. Loss of 2 for Robbins. His 20th carry of the first half.
You know, and that, I guess the decision paid off to move him back is now Veenstra's able to get in the backfield and sets him up in much worse position as they're back to their own 40-yard line with a 2nd and 17. We got 3 minutes to go, so it's interesting to watch the clock here. You know, Coach Cack is known for being pretty aggressive at the end of halves to see if he can get his offense back on the field. He'll have some decisions to make here on this drive potentially.
Yeah, 2nd and 17 here for the PCM offense. Van Gorp fakes the handoff to Robbins. He's looking to throw deep. Fatma got there, but Gabe Hobbs coming up huge tonight. That was a gain of, let's see here, 27.
27, yeah, excellent job there. Just a super well-executed play. The offensive line gave Van Gorp all the time he needed. He was able to look his first read off, get to his second read, and find the open receiver.
Yeah, and a quick no huddle here for PCM. They get back on the ball, and Adrian Robbins gets it up to the 25, gain of 5 for Robbins. That's carry number 21 now on half number 1. You want to know the interesting part of this? Last week against Sigourney Keota, 16 carries total in the win.
Yeah. You know, and it's just so interesting to watch this Mustang offense just change their pace. Anytime they pick up a first down, they're rushing to the line to run the play, and then after that, you can see them kind of settle in here.
And Van Gorp hands off to Robbins again. He'll get across the edge. Cooper Sprunk with another big hit right at the 20. It'll be a 6-yard run for Robbins, gain enough for a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you know, nice job there from Sprunk. We talked about a couple of big hits from him. But the problem is it's 6 yards down the field, you know, so the Mustangs are just, you know, they're happy with that. That's exactly what they want to do. Keep those chains moving as the clock moves under 2 minutes. They're feeling like they're in great position here to put another touchdown on the board.
Yep, Robbins in motion. Van Gorp looking to run up the middle. Had to bounce it back to the left side. He's looking for anywhere to go, and Brecken Ritzert rips him down at the 20. And got a...
the ball came out after.
I was going to say, there was a really delayed whistle. Timeout, and looks like by PCM. Okay. A lot of frustration. One thing I want to note there, though, with this Pella Motors timeout, Trevor Veenstra, and we can get the replay here on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Trevor Veenstra was all over that play. He ran Van Gorp down to the right side. He was right there when Richard tackled him on the left side. I mean, he was all over that play.
I said it last week, too. You know, he is unbelievable for an interior lineman. He is around the ball all the time. I mean, I've really never seen anything like it at any level. He has the size and physicality to match up, to be a matchup nightmare on the interior, but also the speed to work sideline to sideline. He's a big-time player there for the Eagles. But, yeah, big play. And nice job there from Brecken Richard as well, as the corner was disciplined, didn't bite, kept Van Gorp from getting to the edge and getting outside.
Yeah, we're getting another look at this replay here. Oh, that's a different play. Sorry, I thought we were getting that same play on that one, but yeah, Veenstra was all over that one. Loved it. That was a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. PCM offense back on the field, 1:32 here to go in the second quarter. And Van Gorp in the shotgun, turns hands off to Robbins, makes one guy miss, and he's into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. But we got laundry. Trevor Veenstra was there in the backfield.
Right, yeah, we had just talked about Trevor Veenstra and how he's all over the place. This time he ends up on the ground, and as he's on the ground, the umpire there throws the flag right where he's laying, which I would think means a hold. And that's probably the reason Veenstra ended up on the ground, but of course you never know.
Yeah, we'll await the call. PCM sideline doesn't look thrilled by the call, but
yeah, I shouldn't anticipate that, but
yeah, we'll get a look at it. Our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard here quickly. Keokuk 7, Pella 0 in the first quarter. Knoxville trails Clark 7-0 in the first quarter. Pleasantville 7, Woodward Granger 6 in the second quarter. Last look, Norwalk 7, Indianola 0 after 1. Knoxville actually, in a Stryver Cellular Instant Radio update, makes it 7-7 in the first quarter. They called a chop block on the defense actually there.
Right, yeah, so it was Veenstra who went low. At least that's what they're calling, is that on the snap, he kind of dove low, and he's getting called for that, and that's going to give the Mustangs here a first down.
Yeah, so PCM inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone down to the 6-yard line there after a gain of, I think it was like 5 by Robbins.
So, the first 2 possessions, the Mustangs were stalled, and they were forced to punt on both of them. Since then, they really have looked comfortable. They've been able to move the ball on the ground and through the air, and now an opportunity to go up by 2 scores.
So Gavin Van Gorp gets the snap from the center. Robbins makes 2 defenders miss. Adrian Robbins, 6-yard touchdown run, and PCM goes up 21-7.
Yeah, this junior, Adrian Robbins, he's 5'11", 169. Again, not necessarily going to beat you with his power, although he does have some power. He's able to break some tackles, but he is just so shifty there. He stays low to the ground. He does a great job of making cuts. He was able to avoid a couple defenders there, and even on just a 5-yard run, a really impressive play. And once again, another impressive drive here from PCM.
Yeah, the point after attempt here from Dominic Witt will split the uprights, make it 21-7. And all of a sudden, after Pella Christian got off to the 7-0 start, it's been all PCM. 21-7, back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Wondering where to go for all your hardware and plumbing needs? Look no further than Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. They have everything from nuts, bolts, and screws to plumbing supplies, and as always, they carry lumber and building supplies. And if you need help with your flooring, kitchen, or bathroom remodel, their design specialists are here to help with the space planning, layout, and material selection. Don't waste any more time running from store to store. Come to Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center and get everything you need in one convenient location. Looking for a professional tiling service that supports your local community? Look no further than Norm Rosendahl Tiling. Caritha and her team believe that community is what makes us great, and they're dedicated to supporting our local events, high school athletes, and fine arts students. And if you need tiling done right, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling at 641-259-2651. They're ready to help you with any tiling needs you may have. Remember, supporting our local community is a key to making our town great. Choose Norm Rosendahl Tiling, and let's build a better community together.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Dominic Witt kicking off for PCM. That'll be a touchback from Witt, keeping the ball out of the hands of Johnson Morgan or Benny Schurz. And so Pella Christian will take over at the 20-yard line here with 1:21 to play in half number 1. And again, Benny Schurz started things off with a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 with 6:06 to go in quarter number 1. Since then, it's been the Adrian Robbins show. Gavin Van Gorp scored a touchdown on a drive in which Robbins basically got him all the way to the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Then since then, Robbins with a 1 and 6-yard touchdown run to make it 21-7. That's in case you missed it. Presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Caleb Van Arendonk back out on the field for Pella Christian. He'll hand off to Benny Schurz. Benny Schurz gets a little bit of a hole. He'll bounce it to the outside. He's across the 30. He's to the 40, to the 50, and out to the 40, and run out of bounds at the 38. And that's the big play the Eagles needed there as Benny Schurz goes, let's see here, looks like 42 yards.
Yeah, what a big moment. You know, you're kind of thinking, PC's thinking, hey, if we can have a big gain, maybe we can get aggressive here at the end of the half, and that's exactly what happened. Benny Schurz has the power and he has the speed to turn the corner there on that run.
And Caleb Van Arendonk is back to pass. He's looking down the middle of the field for Benny Schurz, but throws it incomplete to no one.
Yeah, good discipline there from the Mustangs. As I kind of have a tendency to look downfield to see if anybody's open, and I thought the Mustangs did a great job of covering everybody. You know, you can fall asleep sometimes with the misdirection, with the speed, with the handoffs in the backfield, but great job from the secondary to not bite on any of that stuff and make sure they're sticking with their man.
Yep, so Trey Van Monden will go up. He's the center for this Eagle squad. Cooper Sprunk and Camden Parker lined up as the receivers out to the left side. Johnson Morgan in motion. The toss will go to Morgan. Morgan across the 35, makes a couple, bounces off a couple of tacklers, and gets it down to the 30. What a run by Johnson Morgan there for a gain of 9. And timeout, Pella Motors timeout here by Pella Christian on the 9-yard run from Johnson Morgan to set up 3rd and 1, or a long 1, short 2, I guess, if you will. We'll go ahead and take the Pella Motors timeout with them. Back into this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 52 seconds to go in first half. PCM 21, Pella Christian 7.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
The battery-powered lawn equipment you've always wanted is here. Toro's Flex Force line of walk mowers and lawn tools are easy to use, fast, quiet, and just as powerful as gas-powered. No hassles, no cords, and virtually no maintenance. Check out Toro's line of Flex Force lawn mowers and lawn tools at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella.
Welcome back here in the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Benny Schurz there with a gain of nearly, look like 11 yards. Caleb Van Arendonk was throwing in the direction of number 17, Isaiah Breams. Cannot get there or get the pass completed. And so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20 as Pella Christian has entered the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
Yeah, this has been a nice drive here from PC, a great response. The only issue for them is the clock. They're looking at the clock, only 36 seconds to go. They have 1 timeout left, I believe. They have 1 timeout left here, 36 seconds, 2nd and 10. Man, a touchdown here would be huge for the Eagles.
Yeah, and feels like a spot where they really need a touchdown. Caleb Van Arendonk will send Benny Schurz in motion. The toss will go to Schurz. He's got a little bit of a hole. He'll get it across the 20. Came out as he was going to the ground. And
they're going to call it a fumble.
They do rule fumble. And it's going to PCM at the 15. And that's a huge break for the Mustangs and an unfortunate one for the Eagles. Looks like the ball was moving
really
around
close.
before he hit the ground.
Really close as Benny's out there running to the right. You know, is his knee down? Is it not? This replay, you know, obviously it's hard to tell. It doesn't really matter. You know, the official called it as a fumble. It's going to give the Mustangs the ball. And this is the 2nd time that a promising Pella Christian drive has ended with a fumble inside the Mustangs' 30-yard line. You know, and in a game like this, those critical mistakes are always going to come back to haunt you, especially against a disciplined team like PCM. Give them credit for running around, you know, ripping the ball out, did a nice job of falling on the ball. And now with 30 seconds to go here in the first half, they're probably in a position to just run this one out.
Yeah, and PCM here with the Pella Motors timeout. How about this? Starver Cellular Instant Radio update. This is a weird score, and that's why I'm giving it. Late in the first quarter, Fort Madison trails Fairfield 5-0.
5-0. Yeah,
Not a score you see
one.
in football very often. I think that's very interesting. Also in our Starver Cellular Instant Radio update, Clark 7, Knoxville 7 after 1. Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Pella trails Keokuk 10-0 in the second quarter. Knoxville and Clark 7-7 going into quarter number 2. Our game, PCM leads Pella Christian 21-7 with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Last check, Norwalk 7, Indianola 0 after 1, Pleasantville 7, Woodward Granger 6 in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Robbins. Isaiah Breams is there. Cooper Sprunk is there. Connor Van Zee is there. Breams finally wrestles Robbins down. It's a gain of 1.
Yeah, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to end that quarter. I just want to say, or in the half here, I want to say one thing. You know, Pella Christian gets the third quarter kickoff, and we'll talk about that when we come back here from the half. But, you know, they just had a great opportunity to try to say, hey, we're going to get within a score. We're going to punch this one in. We're going to get the ball back to start the second half. Now it's important for them to regroup, settle down, you know, let themselves know that we're going to be all right. And as both these teams head to the locker room, I think we're going to be still in for a great game here in the second half.
Yeah, and so we will step away real quick. We'll give you a Starver Cellular Instant Radio update. Keokuk 10, Pella 6 in the first quarter now still. As that game is nearing the second quarter. We'll step away. We'll be right back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth with the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. After this on KNIA, KRLS.com, where you're listening to Pella Christian Football powered by Bank Iowa on the KNIA, KRLS, KRLS 2 stream. Knoxville, Pella. Everyone has a goal and inspiration or reason for being, whatever that is for you. Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Back after this.
It's a swipe and save weekend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hy-Vee. Swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards card to get great deals throughout the store, like Pepperidge Farm Goldfish for $5.99 limit 1, Heinz Ketchup $2.99 limit 1, and Hy-Vee Butter $2.99 limit 1. But you have to swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards card to get the savings this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at your Pella, Oskaloosa, and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Folks, are you looking to keep those pests around your home in check? Call John with Dowie Pest Control.
780-1112.
Whether they crawl, walk, or even fly, Dowie Pest Control
780-1112
has you covered. Just call John with Dowie Pest Control
780-1112.
At Dowie Pest Control
780-1112.
He's all about making your home a pest-free paradise. Call John at Dowie Pest Control
780-1112.
One hop to Peyton Ritzert at his own 10-yard line, has it at the 20. Far sideline 30. He'll shed a tackle at the 40. One man to beat at the 50. Into Comets territory, and he is gone! 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown, Pella Christian. Peyton Ritzert with the house call. 90 yards.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
The refrigerator conked out.
Did you try kicking the back coils? Prepare for those unwelcome moments with a Life Happens savings account at Advantage Credit Union. This pays you 1% APY on the first $2,000 with no minimum balance. As a member, this helps you save money for any time life happens. Build up your savings for those unexpected expenses with ACU to your rescue.
APY is annual percentage yield. Balance is over $2,000. Earn 0.3% APY. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Samantha Ollinger, and one of my favorite things to do is to help health insurance clients here at McKay Group. At McKay Group, we have a lot of choices so we can make sure you have the right health insurance plan from the right carrier and at a price that's affordable to you. And when something goes wrong, we're right here to take care of things. We treat you like a neighbor and a friend because that's what you are, a neighbor and a friend to McKay Group. I have worked at McKay Group for about 6 years now, and I love it. I love getting to help others in the local community. If you want to talk to me or one of my other people I work with, just pick up the phone and call McKay Group, 641-842-2135.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella.
When Rudy Ulrich hired me in the summer of 1967, I could only dream of what this dealership would mean to our family.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and I joined Ulrich in the fall of 1997. It's been an amazing 25-plus years working with my dad and our team, and now I get to pass it on.
I'm Tegan, the third-generation Vanderwall at Ulrich's. Like my grandpa and dad before me, I'm proud to be able to say that at Ulrich, Ford, Lincoln, and Pella,
we're taking care of you.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Yeah, put me in, Coach.
Well, that's not quite the idea, but I like your spirit. Our local teams are going beyond the classroom as they prepare for a new season. And while we won't be putting on the pads or memorizing new songs, we go beyond banking to serve you and share in the life of the community. Check out How We Go Beyond Banking on Facebook, Instagram, or at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be part of the community.
This is Dr. Bradley Haggerty from Prairie City and Colfax Dental Services. Our general dental practice is a family-friendly, patient-centered office. Our core values are caring, kindness, and teamwork. We look forward to welcoming you to our practice. We provide all phases of dentistry, from children's dentistry and orthodontics to IV sedation and wisdom tooth removal. Learn more about us at colfaxdentalservices.com or 515-674-4466. We look forward to seeing you.
Discover the beauty of nature at Flower Court Garden Center in Newton. Explore a stunning array of perennials, trees, and shrubs to transform your outdoor space. From garden essentials to indoor plant treasures, find all you need for a flourishing garden and home. And now you can elevate you or your friend's surroundings with captivating fresh floral arrangements expertly crafted just for you. Stop by the Flower Court Garden Center and Fresh Flowers to get your color's worth.
Pella Cinemas proudly presents the inspirational true story, The Hill, rated PG. It's an emotional story about Ricky Hill, who overcomes poverty and physical obstacles to pursue his dream of playing Major League Baseball. Also new this week at Pella Cinemas is Gran Turismo, rated PG-13, a true story about a video gamer who earns the chance to race in real life. And held over is the family-focused superhero movie Blue Beetle, rated PG-13. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Looking for a bank account that works as hard as you do? With Sensible Checking from Bank Iowa, whatever you are spending your money on, we'll pay you for. At 10 cents cash back for each qualifying debit card purchase, you will earn cash back of $1 for every 10 qualifying debit card transactions. You'll also enjoy free online banking, bill pay, and a free debit card. And with no monthly service charge, you can swipe your heart out. Spend money, make money. Learn more at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Van Gorp Edwards Insurance is an independent agency representing many of the top insurance companies. They offer insurance coverage on home and auto, business and manufacturing, farm, agribusiness, and crop insurance, as well as personal health, life, and long-term care. With this kind of flexibility, they'll provide you with the best insurance package to build the best option risk portfolio to meet your needs. Switching insurance companies isn't as hard as you think. Call Van Gorp Edwards Insurance today to find out how easy it really is.
It's a swipe and save weekend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hy-Vee. Swipe your fuel saver plus perks rewards to get great deals throughout the store. Like Hy-Vee shredded cheeses for 99 cents, limit 1. Hy-Vee purified drinking water, a 24-pack is $1.88, limit 1. And Betty Crocker pasta salad is 99 cents, limit 1. But you have to swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks rewards card to get the savings this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at your Pella, Oskaloosa, and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Welcome back here to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, the no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Tyler the Crab and JD Bohr here with you, where PCM scores 21 unanswered points in the second quarter to take a 21-7 lead on Pella Christian at halftime. And as we break down our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung's Door Service, PCM, I mean, really, I don't think there's an adjustment to make as of right now. They've been doing everything right here for the better part of the last, 15, 16 minutes of gameplay. And I don't really see a great adjustment for them. For Pella Christian, the adjustment's got to be, one, they got to figure out how to handle PCM's size. And two, they got to figure out a way to take care of the football. They're -2 in the turnover battle right now.
Right. Obviously, you mentioned it, that for PCM, it's just saying, hey, let's stay the course. Let's stay focused. Let's stay motivated. Let's do what we got to do. But Pella Christian's got to find a way to slow down that running attack, make them try to beat you some other way, especially when you're down 21-7. But like we mentioned earlier, Pella Christian is going to get the ball. They've had the ability to move the ball pretty well. It's those 2 turnovers in Mustang territory that have really hurt them here in the first half.
It really has. That's our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School. Inside the Numbers presented by H&R Block for the PCM Mustangs. They finish with 13 first downs. They run the ball 33 times for 158 yards. They threw it for 73 yards. 4 for 4 are the Mustangs throwing the ball. So 37 plays for 231 yards. Leading PCM, it's Adrian Robbins. He has 134 yards on 24 carries. Gavin Van Gorp, 5 for 12. Shea Burns, 1 rush, 7 yards. Gabe Hobbs, 1 rush, 4 yards. Evan Jones, 2 rushes, 1 yard. Pella Christian, Benny Schurz has 5 carries for 78 yards. Johnson Morgan, 6 for 36. Caleb Van Arendonk, 2 for 7. Cooper Sprunk, 5 for 5. PCM throwing the ball again. Gavin Van Gorp, 4 for 4 for 73 yards. 3 of those to Gabe Hobbs for 55 yards. Jack Jungling with 1 for 18 there. Those are Inside the Numbers presented by H&R Block, your small business service experts. Inside the Numbers delivered by Pella Fiber for Pella Christian. They have 7 first downs, 126 rushing yards on 18 carries, 44 passing yards on 2 of 8 passing. They have 26 plays for 170 yards. Again, the 2 turnovers have been crucial in this one. They've only possessed the ball for 6 minutes and 45 seconds in the first half. Again, we mentioned the rushing leaders by accident during the other one. Benny Schurz, 1 completion for 35 yards. Caleb Van Arendonk is 1 for 7 for 9 yards. Eagles going to have to turn that around in a big way here in half number 2. Those are Inside the Numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. JD, one other thing I just had to say in this one is, I know that it's a lot easier said than done, but the size of PCM given Pella Christian fits. As a coach, I know this is a little bit different between football and basketball, but, you have games where you have to deal with size mismatches and things like that. What's the thing you're telling your team in the locker room when you're dealing with a size differential like the Eagles kind of are between the offense and the defensive lines here?
Yeah, well, you'd love to get bigger, but that's not going to happen over halftime. So, one of the things I think is so important is just say, hey, let's focus on the strengths that we have, right? So it may not be our size, but we do have some strengths that we bring to the table. I think about the Pella Christian speed element. I think about, the opportunities that they have there. But you got to be physical. You got to be able to match that physicality. And size is one thing, but you got to be. It's the physicality that PCM is coupling with that size that I just think is really making a big difference here tonight.
It really is. We're here with the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. We'll be back right after this on KNIA, KRLS.com, and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Again, at halftime, it's PCM 21, Pella Christian 7.
Or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they're looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella bucks to spend around town.
And the stay and play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengracht in Pella.
At BSN Sports, we work with high schools, colleges, and universities all around the country. This is Phil Hemming, and I'd like to say a special thank you to Pella and Pella Christian for their partnership. Both schools earn rewards on every purchase they make for uniforms, apparel, equipment, and every fan gear website we set up. A big thanks to our local schools, and thank you for your support of BSN web stores for your favorite local teams.
The horn on the car goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the car goes beep, beep, beep at Central Tire and Auto.
You probably don't need your horn fixed, but if you do, Central Tire and Auto can help with your horn and almost any other issue you have. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Everybody now.
Central Tire and Auto.
One hop to Peyton Ritzert at his own 10-yard line, has it at the 20. Far sideline 30. He'll shed a tackle at the 40. One man to beat at the 50. Into Comets territory, and he is gone. 6 for the Eagles. Touchdown Pella Christian. Peyton Ritzert with the house call. 90 yards.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Attention Knoxville, Iowa. Are you ready to take your career to the next level? Hormel Foods is looking for a dynamic, experienced individual to join their team as a team lead manager. Visit hormel.job today to learn more about this exciting team lead manager position. You'll find a detailed description of the role and the fantastic benefits that await you. Take the next step towards a rewarding career with Hormel Foods.
Keeping your family comfortable does not have to be expensive. Keeping your home comfort system running at peak performance can save you hundreds of dollars each year, and changing filters is something that is simple and inexpensive. New high-efficiency heating and cooling systems can save your family even more. Brookwood Incorporated is Knoxville's exclusive Lennox dealer, and it's Save certified. Call 842-4315. That's 842-4315 for Brookwood Incorporated in Knoxville.
Hi, this is Tim Tagernheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
Are you ready to make your dream home a reality? I'm Ryan Shields with Washington State Bank. Whether you're buying or building, we're here to help you with your real estate needs. Just visit our website at washsb.com and fill out the easy information request form, or swing by our branch at 703 Main Street in Pella. You can also call us at 641-215-5004 for more details. Washington State Bank, invested in you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back here to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. 41 seconds until we resume this contest. And, again, it's been PCM here since about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Pella Christian scored with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, made it 7-0, but PCM really flipping the tides. They're up 21-0 after Adrian Robbins runs the ball 24 times for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gavin Van Gorp ran it 5 times for 12 yards and 1 touchdown as well. That's where we've gotten to. You've been listening to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. And here we go. PCM will kick off to Pella Christian, and the Eagles hoping to turn things around here in half number 2.
Yeah, and one quick note here before we kick off this second half. How about this crowd tonight?
Oh, my
By
word.
the way, this is maybe as many people as I've seen at a Pella Christian football game. Obviously PCM's bringing a great crowd as well. It's a beautiful night for some football. It's great to see this community come together to support these football players. I want to make note of this incredible facility. That we have the upgrades, and obviously if you're watching on the YouTube stream, you're getting a great shot at this new turf field. They've done some work with the retaining walls around the bleachers. This is just top notch. You're not going to find a whole lot better in small high school Iowa football here for these athletes to compete on. And speaking of that, and you could speak more to this maybe, cross country. Going tomorrow at Central College at 9 a.m.
Yeah, everyone go on, cheer them on. Me and Andrew Schneider will be there supporting our clubs. Is the Pella Dutch hosting it there, so we'll both be out there. Gonna be a fun time as Dominic Witt will line it up. He'll kick it off. It's a little bit of a short kick. Johnson Morgan will field this. He's looking for a hole on the right side. Doesn't really have much of one. He'll bounce off of a tackle, but just couldn't stay on his feet at the 22-yard line. And so that'll be where Pella Christian takes things over here to start off the second half. And do have a Strauver Cellular Instant radio update. Pella has taken the lead on Keokuk 14-10 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Oh boy, Belle Plaine 44, Melcher Dallas 6 at halftime. So rough night for the Saints of Melcher Dallas there. Knoxville trails Clark 14-13 in the second quarter. Southeast Warren up 44-6 on Mormon Trail at halftime as well. And the first play for Pella Christian in the second half is a handoff to Benny Schurz.
It's Johnson Morgan on the edge.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I knew that too. In my head, I was picturing who it was with the ball.
Yeah.
I said the wrong name. He gains about 6 or 7 there. Looks like they're going to give him 7.
Man, it just completely upended there from the PCM defense. Johnson runs hard. He's going to try to get everything he can out of it. That time he literally got picked up and tossed to the ground. That physicality from the Mustangs paying its toll once again there on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep, so the handoff now to Benny Schurz. This time it is officially Schurz. He is brought down right at around the 30, so it looks like a gain of 1 for Benny.
And you wonder, Pella Christian's obviously changed their offense. There's a little more motion in the backfield, some different things with the handoffs. PCM facing Sigourney Kyoto last week, who does that to the extreme, as there's all sorts of misdirection and fake handoffs, a lot of things going on in the backfield. I got to imagine that emphasis on discipline leading up to that week pays off going into this week as well.
Yep, and the motion man is Schurz. It'll be a toss to Schurz. He'll get it out to the 31. He's going to be really close to a first down.
Yep,
and they give it to him. It's a gain of 3 for Benny Schurz. Great job getting to the sticks.
Yeah, he needed 3 yards. He got about 3 yards and 1 inch as he was just able to pick up that first down. Didn't look like a lot, but I think that's an important play. If Pella Christian is going to get themselves back into this game, which I feel like there's certainly time to do, this drive feels super important because the way that both teams are working on the ground, this clock is going to keep ticking. This half is going to go in a hurry. So you got to take advantage of all those opportunities.
Yep, Caleb Van Arendonk looking to take the snap. Johnson Morgan is the motion man. And Morgan is ripped down in the backfield as Trenner Van Dyke was all over that one. Morgan going backwards for a loss of 3. And got an injured Eagle. And I do not know who that is, writhing in pain. We got a Pella Motors timeout here for an injury. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth again. Pella Christian trails PCM 21-7.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere. The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town. But there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. Welcome to the Molengraat, home of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining at Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful U Salon, Pella Nail Salon, Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. And even taking a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck with our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Caleb Van Arendonk airing it out here for Camden Parker. Pass is thrown short and incomplete there for Van Arendonk.
Yeah, and it's Griffin Olsen, the corner there, who was on the coverage as he was looking for Camden Parker streaking down the field. Once again, just super impressed by this Mustang secondary as they are just sticking to these receivers like glue. Van Arendonk does not have great passing numbers. I feel like he's throwing some decent balls. It's just that he's having a hard time finding open receivers down the field.
Yeah, the injured man, I believe, was Trayvon Monin, and Eagles broken play here. They were trying the little reverse play. Benny Schurz is upended after a gain of maybe a half yard. Not much doing there, and Pella Christian probably going to have to punt this ball back to the Mustangs there. Looked like Garrett Wheelard maybe was the man in at center that time.
Yeah. You know, and that drive, credit the Mustangs, is just super disciplined. Obviously, they gave up that one first down, but they're just saying, hey, we're not going to give up the big plays. We're going to do what we can to contain this Eagles offense. And this defense has really picked things up here lately.
That they have. Trevor Veenstra back to punt. He will get it away. And ball is bouncing. And for some reason, Gavin Steenhook fielded it at the 33-yard line. That'll be where PCM will take over, but not really sure why he fielded it there. But, I mean, it all worked out in the end. So that's the good thing.
You know, and you mentioned in the pregame just about second and third quarter and how important those quarters were. We saw some Pella Christian struggles in those quarters against Des Moines Christian. You saw, you know, PCM had a great third quarter in their win against Sigourney Keota, and they're going to look to do that again as they've taken control of this game. They scored touchdowns in the last 3 drives as this offense takes the field.
Yep, and back to the ground game. This one's Evan Jones. He's looking to get to the outside. He does get it across the 40, across the 45, down to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 17 for Evan Jones.
Yeah, how about that? You know, we've talked a lot about Adrian Robbins, but it's Evan Jones, the sophomore running back, who looks good there running the football as well as he bounces that one out to the left side and picks up a nice gain to get to midfield.
Yeah, this one has upended. Looked like we were going to look like Pella Christian. They were on their way to making it a 14-0 ball game. Since then, all PCM. Gavin Van Gorp here. His heels on the 45-yard line. Ball at the 50. Fakes the handoff to Jones. Now he's looking to run, and he will be taken out of bounds there by number 5, Caleb Van Arendonk, for a gain of nothing.
You know, and we've mentioned a little bit about this offensive line for PCM. Even down a starter at left tackle, they've done an excellent job. Jacob Burns, number 66 there. I can't even pick out. Is he playing center there? Yeah. Just doing an excellent job. He's the one who's matched up against Veenstra all the time, so he's got as tough of a matchup as anybody on the field, and he's just done an awesome job tonight.
Yep, handoff goes to Evan Jones. He's trying to get to the right side, And the Eagles should have gotten a hold as Evan Jones gets the first down. I don't know who, that's Caleb Van Arendonk. He threw his hands up.
Yeah.
It was clearly getting grabbed there, but officials letting him play. And
yeah, well, I think
9-yard run for Evan Jones.
You know, Arendonk was looking at the official as he was backpedaling. I think they maybe sold that one a little bit, and the officials just weren't biting on it.
Yeah, handoff is going to go to Evan Jones again. He'll get the first down. And Jones will have a gain of about 4, and it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, you know, we talked a lot about Robbins. How many carries did he get in the first half?
24.
24 carries, you know, to start the half. They're giving him a break, and what a great thing for Mustangs fans to have another running back who's just doing an excellent job back there. It looks like Jones is getting subbed out now as they're bringing in Shea Burns, another sophomore, to maybe get some carries here in this game.
Yeah, he had a 7-yard run early in this contest. Hey, Mustangs not hurting in the backfield, we'll put it that way. Gavin Van Gorp will be the ball carrier this time. Trevor Veenstra will be there to bring him down at the 36-yard line, and PCM just continuing to impose their will here as, again, another 3-yard gain there, and they just continually pick up little chunks here and there.
Yeah, you know,
that's all you need.
There's no doubt about it. When they can keep themselves in short yardage situations, stay out of those long passing downs. The thing about it is, we're talking about the running game. Van Gorp is 4 for 4 passing. You know, that guy can really sling the football. So they always have that option, too, to say when we're in trouble, we can go to the air, but they're going to stay comfortable keeping the ball on the ground.
So Van Gorp, he's going to bring Hobbs in motion. They're going to hand to Hobbs. Hobbs has got a little bit of a hole. He'll power to the 30. Van Arendonk trying to rip the ball out there. And it'll be a gain of 4.
Yeah,
and,
that's one of those situations there where they're using that speed to get to the edge. Nice job by Hobbs. You almost have him in the backfield. It's almost like you overrun it a little bit. And then he's able to find that seam and pick up a few more yards. But here you go. You got third and 3 here from the 30-yard line.
3rd and 3 from the 30. I formation for PCM. Handoff goes to Burns. He put the football on the turf.
Yeah, there's a scramble down there. I don't see a lot of hands going up, so I imagine the Mustangs.
Breams has it. Breams has the football for the Eagles. No official ruling here yet. Pella Christian has the ball, and they will give it to the Eagles as Isaiah Breams at the bottom of the pile comes up with it.
Yeah, you know, one of the things we've seen a lot of shotgun from PCM, right? Just about everything they've done is out of the shotgun. This one was old school I formation. Sometimes that maybe throws the timing off a little bit. It looked like the running back, was it Burns?
Burns just kind of lost the football there.
I don't know if he ever really grabbed the ball as he tried to hit the hole. It just kind of fell forward, and then who knows what happens at the bottom of that pile.
Exactly right.
The only thing that matters is that Breams ends up with it, and now Pella Christian is able to get the ball back, and now it is imperative that they are able to seize some of that momentum.
Yep, 5:58 to play. The handoff goes to Sprunk. Made one guy miss across the 30 from the 29 up to the 33. Gain of 4 for Cooper Sprunk.
Yeah, Cooper Sprunk of the backfield, the 3 guys that we've been talking a lot about. He's the guy who hasn't quite got it going because he runs a lot of the interior stuff. You know, he's relying on that blocking in front of him. And he hasn't had a lot of success. That's actually one of the better runs we've seen from him. And I think that can open up this Eagles offense even more.
That it could. Johnson Morgan, the motion man. The handoff goes to Morgan. Morgan makes a couple of guys miss out to the 30. They're going to give him up to the 37, it looks like there. So a nice pickup of 4 for Morgan.
Yeah, great pursuit there from the Mustangs defense. Football coaches always talk about 11 hats to the football. That's what that was right there. Is everybody was chasing that thing down, and by the time Morgan was ripped down to the ground, there's about 7 or 8 Mustangs trying to pull him down.
The Mustangs loading the box here against the Eagles. Benny Schurz is in motion. Toss goes to Schurz. Schurz at the 32, and he's going to be right at the
39, 38, 39.
They're going to roll him just short.
Yeah, I think you got to go for it.
Just inside of a yard there on the 2-yard run for Benny Schurz. 21-7, PCM leads with 4.5 to play in this contest. We'll get you some score updates after this 4th down play.
Yeah, what do you think?
This is a big one.
Tough call. You know there's still a quarter and a half to play, but it just seems like this is your chance to grab the momentum, and it looks like Coach Cack is getting aggressive.
They're going to go for it here. Van Arendonk. He'll hand off to Sprunk. Sprunk is across the 40, and it's a big picked up first down for the Eagles. They needed that one in a big way, and that's a gain of 5 for Cooper Sprunk.
They go to the right side there behind Connor Vanzia and Trevor Veenstra. You know, some of their bigger offensive linemen. Nice job by Cooper to lower his shoulder as well and pick up the first down. It is worth mentioning Traven Monin went down on the last drive as he looked a little banged up. He is back out there for the Eagles now.
Up 2 receivers out left. Van Arendonk tosses to Morgan. Morgan trying to get to the outside and just nowhere to go. 1 yard there for Morgan. As PCM again with great pursuit as we get you some Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio updates. Knoxville 13, Clark 20, 17 seconds to go in the second quarter. Indianola and Norwalk now tied 7-7 with 6:08 to play in the third quarter. Pella up 22-10 on Keokuk, 2:56 to play in the second quarter. Those are what we've got. We do have a flag on the play here. Didn't see that initially, so we're waiting to see what the flag is. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Mustangs, and we haven't seen too many of those mistakes as of late, but this one puts the Eagles across midfield. Nice or good break here for Pella Christian after getting stopped for only a yard on the run. They pick up another 15 on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and it gives the Eagles the ball at the PCM 40.
Yeah, so now if you're an Eagles fan at home, you're thinking, okay, we've had a couple nice drives going to Mustangs territory that we haven't been able to finish the deal. It is so important for Pella Christian to take advantage. You know, that's a gift right there. That unsportsmanlike gives you that 15 yards, keeps those chains moving.
Yeah, PCM, 10 guys in the box. As Caleb Van Arendonk rolling to the right, throws it out to Johnson Morgan. He makes a catch, makes a couple guys miss, down to the 26-yard line. We do have some laundry on the field. This one looks like it will probably be coming back because it's at the original line of scrimmage. We will wait to see what the penalty is. We've been wrong a couple times tonight guessing, so I'm not going to assume, but given where it's at, it would not be out of the realm of possibility for this to be on the offensive line.
It looks like the Eagles are pretty happy about it. So.
Yeah, so I am wrong, and personal foul on PCM, so
personal foul with nothing afterwards, so it's hard to know. You know, is it a face mask? Is it just? I don't. They didn't call on sportsmanlike. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's another 15-yard penalty. The Mustangs have all the momentum in this game, and now they're shooting themselves in the foot with a couple tough penalties. I want to go back to the play that they picked up the first down because that's a completed pass, and it's been a minute for the Eagles to complete a pass. I thought Van Arendonk did a nice job of buying his time. I didn't think anybody was open.
Yeah.
And he fired one in there. Johnson Morgan hauled it in, picked up a big play.
And nice concentration, too, because he bobbled it at first.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there from PC.
Yeah, they needed that one. And with the 15-yard penalty, Pella Christian in the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 13. Handoff will go to Cooper Sprunk. He's looking to get to the corner. Being run down by Griffin Olsen, who will make the tackle at the 9-yard line. Gain of 4 for Cooper Sprunk.
Man, how about Griffin Olsen? Just an outstanding football player. He's done a nice job in pass coverage. That time he's chasing down Cooper Sprunk, is able to tackle him after just a 4-yard gain. These corners, Robbins is the other corner. We talked about Johnston in the secondary as well. They are making a big-time effort here for the Mustangs.
I almost don't feel like we need to call them defensive backs right now because they're kind of playing like 3 yards behind the linebackers. It feels like just another group of linebackers out there. Toss goes to Benny Schurz. He's at the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 1 for Benny Schurz.
And like we just mentioned, okay, Benny Schurz is getting the pitch going to the outside. The thing about Schurz is he's hard to bring down. Not a lot of guys can just bring him down one-on-one. Robbins playing that corner spot, keeps him inside, wraps him up, tackles him for just a short gain.
Somebody who's cramping up here for the Eagles, it looks like, immediately. Someone out there working to get him taken care of. It'll be a Pella Motors timeout. And that'll give us a second, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Pella Christian got off to a great start in this one. They were up 7-0. PCM took all the control. They've controlled it basically since Pella Christian went up 7-0, made it 21-7 here, and that's where we currently stand. Pella Christian is driving, though. They've got the ball inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone with 2:39 to play in the second quarter. It looks like Noah Nunakoven was the man cramping. He is going to come off the field now and be good to go. That was In Case You Missed It, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard one more time here. Pella 22, Keokuk 17 seconds till halftime. Pleasantville up 21-6 on Woodward Granger in the third quarter. Knoxville trails Clark 20-13 at halftime. And Indianola Norwalk 7-7 in quarter number 3. That's our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leaders, Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, are serving you and building community across the county. The toss goes to Johnson Morgan, and Morgan is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0. And just this PCM defense, they're pinning, they're just full speed ahead, preparing for the run and guessing right 90% of the time, it feels like.
No doubt, and they're moving side to side. They're moving sideline to sideline. There's not a lot happening right at them. That's the element that's missing for the Eagles right now, is just that ability to run between the tackles, keep that defense honest. Those linebackers don't have to pay attention to that. They're just going, do I have to run to the right or run to the left? They're doing a great job. Morgan, nowhere to go. This is going to set up a huge fourth down.
Yeah, so this is a Pella Motors timeout. Pella Christian sensing how big of a play this is. 4th and 5 from their 8, or from the PCM 8. And they are going to take a timeout here. Our Pella Motors timeout. Again, tonight's video presentation on the Pella Christian YouTube channel is brought to you by KNIA KRLS Radio. Really excited. Love getting to watch the replays and stuff like that in between our plays here. It's awesome and just a great time getting to do that.
Yeah, better than ever, by the way. I mean, this is outstanding. All the highlights. Those guys are doing an awesome job. Shout out to Frank and to Kenyon and to Jacob and all the others that are making that thing happen. It is just an outstanding product, and we're happy to be a part of it.
It reminded me, we were watching in the first half, and we talked about this play, and it's something we were talking about off the air, but I wanted to bring it on the air because I think this is kind of cool. We were talking about how earlier Caden Croyd was running a route. We'd seen 6'9" running down the sideline before with Eric Mulder. Who do I run into at halftime? None other than Eric Mulder. Kind of a cool deal here. One of our alumni coming back, getting ready for year number 2 at Purdue Fort Wayne to play basketball over there. The toss goes to Benny Schurz. He's going to throw it for the end zone for Cooper Sprunk. Robbins nearly picked it off, but it falls incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs for the Eagles.
Yeah, 4th and 5, 8-yard line there. The Eagles decided to go with a little trickery. Obviously a play that had worked for them earlier, as they've kind of set up that play a little bit with that pitch to the outside. That time there was just nothing going on. Benny just threw it up for Cooper, tried to give him a chance. But again, well defended. Just an absolutely disciplined play from the Mustangs. As Pella Christian, once again, in case you missed it, they scored on the first time that they touched the ball. They went right down the field and put it in the end zone. And since then, it has been all PCM.
Yeah, it really has been. Here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Tyler Crabb and J.D. Bohr with you as PCM leads Pella Christian 21-7 with 1:51 in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Evan Jones. Jones breaks through the hole, gains about 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards. Not 100% sure. It looks like they're going to give him maybe 5.
Yeah, interesting that we're seeing a lot of Jones. We saw all the Robbins in the first half, and he's still out there on defense playing that corner position. But, maybe it's just the Mustangs recognizing that the way that they're going to win this game is on defense, so they're going to need him out there more than they need him on offense. And Jones is obviously doing a great job.
Yep, they're going to give it to Jones again. He will get near a first down. He'll be about 1.5 yards shy. Gain of 3, we'll call it for Jones. It'll be a long yard here for PCM. Cooper Sprunk coming off the field. Looks like the Eagles maybe starting to wear down a little bit as Caden Croyd comes into the game. Looks like more cramping. And Van Gorp, he'll hand off to Evan Jones. Jones had a near first down, nearly got the ball ripped out by Benny Schurz, but it's a first down for Evan Jones on the 6-yard run.
Yeah, great piece of running there from Evan Jones, and a nice block there from his up back, number 47, Wyatt Wheeler. You mentioned it. I thought Benny Schurz had a grip on that football. Obviously, he's trying to make the big play, see if he can rip that thing out of there. Great job by Jones to hang on to that ball on his way to the ground.
Yeah, Van Gorp gives to Jones again. Jones to the outside. We're going to get a hold this time. Jones does gain about 7, but it's not going to matter. This is coming back. Hold is going to go on number 76, Wyatt Scuddy.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing we talked about a ton last week, obviously, with the heat in week 1 is the cramps, the injuries, the hydration, how important that was going to be. I thought Pella Christian last week, I obviously don't know much about the Mustangs, but PC was able to hold up pretty well last week. Here now in the third quarter, we're seeing multiple guys head into the sideline with cramps, trying to get themselves stretched out. You know, for a team that maybe lacks some depth, I think the strength of the Eagles is in that starting group. You know, this is an important time as some different guys are getting rotated in here, like a Garrett Wheeler and a Caleb Volk, different guys that we haven't mentioned much, playing in some big snaps here.
Yeah, by the way, I said Cooper Sprunk out the field. That was Isaiah Breams. Johnson Morgan also out the field dealing with some cramping issues. Cooper Sprunk is showing blitz here, and PCM will burn a timeout. It's a Pella Motors timeout. Actually, no, never mind. That's the end of the third quarter.
There you go.
Didn't catch that, but PCM takes a 21-7 lead. Going into quarter number 4, PCM is 12 minutes away from evening the all-time series at 8-8 between Pella Christian and PCM. Can Pella Christian pull off a comeback, or will PCM run away with it? We'll find out in the final 12 minutes when we come back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
It's a swipe and save weekend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hy-Vee. Swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards card to get great deals throughout the store, like Pepperidge Farm Goldfish for $5.99 limit 1, Heinz Ketchup $2.99 limit 1, and Hy-Vee Butter $2.99 limit 1. But you have to swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards card to get the savings this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at your Pella, Oskaloosa, and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Looking for a professional tiling service that supports your local community? Look no further than Norm Rosendahl Tiling. Caritha and her team believe that community is what makes us great, and they're dedicated to supporting our local events, high school athletes, and fine arts students. And if you need tiling done right, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling at 641-259-2651. They're ready to help you with any tiling needs you may have. Remember, supporting our local community is a key to making our town great. Choose Norm Rosendahl Tiling, and let's build a better community together.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com. We're already in quarter number 4 as Gavin Van Gorp leads the PCM offense back onto the field. The jet sweep to Gabe Hobbs. He's looking to get off or around the corner following the holding penalty there at the end of the third quarter. Hobbs goes backwards 2 yards.
Yeah, nice job there from the Eagles defense on a first and long to make them lose a couple more and move them backwards. I think it was Landon Franzman, the safety, who was in on that tackle, was able to wrap him up. That's been a pretty decent play when they've gone to that jet sweep, but nothing doing there that time, and really puts the Mustangs in an uncomfortable second and what, 22?
Yeah. At the 11, at their own 11. And Van Gorp, they'll take the snap. He's looking to pass. He's looking deep. He is directing his man.
My goodness,
and
what a
Gabe
play.
Hobbs was open, but couldn't bring it in.
Man, I tell you what, Mr. Cool Gavin Van Gorp, just an outstanding play. I know that pass wasn't completed. He certainly put it right where it needed to be. But to have the wherewithal, he's running backwards, escaping the pocket in the end zone. You know, like most quarterbacks are going to panic and get rid of the ball. He's patient. He's pointing his receiver where to go. He throws a pass right on the money. This is a heck of a quarterback here at Gavin Van Gorp.
Yeah, so 3rd and 22 from the 11-yard line. Van Gorp, he'll turn and hand off to that Evan Jones. And Jones got a couple yards there. Looks like maybe 2. It'll be 4th and 20 now from the 13-yard line.
right? So, we've obviously talked about the PCM and outstanding football, the clean football that they're playing, but Pella Christian right now with 11-14 to go in the game, just doing enough to hang around. They just want to be patient and make the Mustangs earn everything here.
Yeah, Van Gorp with the punt. And it bounces backwards. Pella Christian will start with the ball at the 33-yard line. Great play there. Do have some Stryver Cellular Instant Radio updates to get to before we start this next drive here. We've got Norwalk 14, Indianola 7 at the end of the third quarter. Pella leads Keokuk 22-17 at halftime. And Pleasantville leads Woodward Granger 21-14 with 4:27 to go in the third quarter. As Pella Christian set to take over on downs here at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. They got to get something going offensively. Good to see Isaiah Breams making his way back out to the field. He was down for an extended period of time, getting stretched out there with some cramping.
They're running against the play clock here with 2 seconds to go, able to get that snap off.
They got it off. Caleb Van Arendonk firing deep. He's got Camden Parker. Parker makes the catch. Touchdown, Camden Parker. One play, and Caleb Van Arendonk lifts a 33-yard touchdown pass to Camden Parker. Touchdown pass number 1 for Caleb Van Arendonk's high school career.
Unbelievable. Okay. You're watching the replay here on the YouTube channel. Obviously, Caleb put that ball right where he needed to, but initially nobody was open. Caleb was just kind of backpedaling, almost falling backwards, and it looked like PCM almost gave up on the play a little bit, or maybe they bid on a fake. I couldn't really tell, but that ball was lofted in the air perfectly. Camden Parker, we've seen him be involved on offense. That's a first big-time play, and he's able to put a big touchdown on the board for the Eagles. And then he does his job as the kicker and bangs one home. Nice job.
That he does. So Pella Christian pulls this within a score. 11:08 to go in the ball game. PCM maybe relinquishing a little momentum. We find out when we come back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Wondering where to go for all your hardware and plumbing needs? Look no further than Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. They have everything from nuts, bolts, and screws to plumbing supplies, and as always, they carry lumber and building supplies. And if you need help with your flooring, kitchen, or bathroom remodel, their design specialists are here to help with the space planning, layout, and material selection. Don't waste any more time running from store to store. Come to Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center and get everything you need in one convenient location.
When it comes to your broadband connection, numbers definitely matter. With Pella Fiber, every residential customer gets gigabit speeds for only $75 per month. That's not a special, that's the everyday low price for all Pella Fiber residential customers. Pella Fiber is your community-owned, fiber-only broadband provider, so their only priority is you. They don't do data caps or throttling, so your last download of the month is as fast as your first. Visit PellaFiber.com today to learn more. That's PellaFiber.com.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We are excited. We've seen an Eagles passing touchdown, the first one of the year, first for Caleb Van Arendonk's varsity career here for the Eagles, and it pulls Pella Christian back within one score with still 11 minutes to play in this one, 21-14. It's PCM on top of Pella Christian, and Camden Parker, who caught the touchdown and made the point after attempt, he'll now kick it away to the Mustangs, and this one will be received about 4 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback. So PCM will bring it out to the 20. How about this for a Stryver Cellular Instant Radio update? Ankeny, traditionally pretty good football school. They're down 42-7 at halftime to Southeast Polk. That's
Southeast
that's
Polk.
Something you see. They're a good team. They're a good team, but Ankeny not a slouch either. I'm pretty sure.
For sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that those two teams met in the semifinals up at the Unidome last year, and for Southeast Polk to be manhandling them that way is a little surprising at halftime. But I digress. Gavin Van Gorp back out on the field for PCM, along with Adrian Robbins. I think that's the first time we've said his name offensively in the second half here. He'll gain 5 out to the 25 for his first carry of half number 2.
Yeah, and Adrian Robbins goes, this is what I do, right? I just get those 5-6 yards. If you make a mistake, I might get more. But a nice jump cut again. He's just so slippery, so hard to bring down. does a nice job to get those 5 yards and put the Mustangs in a good spot.
Yeah, so Van Gorp here with Robbins now to his left. He'll turn, give to Robbins again. Robbins waiting for the hole. They'll sneak out, only gets a yard this time. And unfortunately, Isaiah Bream's cramping up again. He's going to come out. Caden Croyd will be back into the game.
Yeah, there's a couple guys out there for Pella Christian. It looks like Gaister's going to stay down as well, as he's been trying to stretch it out. Man, these cramps, they really do impact the game. It's why the coaches talk about it all the time, to do whatever you can so you can stay on the field. These are some really important players on both sides of the ball for Pella Christian, who are struggling to stay out there right now.
Yep, we'll
Working
do
hard.
In this Pella Motors timeout for the injuries here. Stryver City Lansing Radio update. Southeast Warren defeats Mormon Trail 56-14. Melcher Dallas having a rough one tonight against Belle Plaine, trailing 78-6 with 8 minutes left in the game. So rough night for the Saints there. Let's run down our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard one last time. Again, Melcher trailing Belle Plaine 78-6. Southeast Warren defeats Mormon Trail 56-14. Pleasantville on top of Woodward Granger 21-14 in the third quarter. Norwalk 14, Indianola 7 after 3. Pella 22, Keokuk 17 at halftime. And at last look, Knoxville trailed Clark 20-13 at halftime. That's our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. All of the momentum was with Pella Christian early in the game. It led 7-0. Then the momentum flipped hands at PCM. They scored 21 unanswered goal, 21-7. Momentum shifting maybe a little bit here in favor of Pella Christian again. They get a touchdown there on the first career varsity touchdown pass for Caleb Van Arendonk. Made it 21-14 here with 10-17. Eagles have it 3rd and 4 now.
Mustangs 3rd and 4.
That's what I meant. They have the Mustangs at 3rd and 4. I misspoke. I was owning that. I was like, as soon as you said that, I'm like, that's what I meant to say. It's 3rd and 4. Eagles with a big opportunity to get off the field here and maybe get some more points. That's in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
3rd and 4 at the 26. 10 to go in the ball game. Van Gorp gets the Eagles to jump. It'll be a first down.
You know, and I laugh because Pella Christian's got 2 of their starting defensive linemen on the sideline right now dealing with cramps, and you get some of those guys in there fresh, and obviously they're eager, they're ready to go. They want to go make a big play out there. And nice job there from the Mustangs to hold on and you know, get those free 5 yards.
Yeah, just a heads up play there by the Mustangs for PCM. Van Gorp turns, hands off to Robbins. Robbins with a gain of 5.
Yeah,
feels like we said that all night long.
We have. One thing I'm noticing here from the Pella Christian defense is they play with 2 high safeties, Benny Schurz and Landon Fransman. Both nice rangy athletes. They're moving Benny Schurz way down into the box now. He's basically playing like a linebacker on every snap. Just something to keep an eye on here to see if PCM maybe tries to go a little play action and go over the top at some point.
They're going to go back to Robbins.
And why
Another
not?
6 for Robbins.
Garrett Wheeler there, the substitute linebacker. I believe he's out there giving Johnson Morgan a blow. Was the one with the tackle there. But another first down, and again, PCM, just great resiliency from this group to just kind of settle in now and say, hey, we got this. We can continue to do what we do and do it well. A couple first downs. They're on the 42-yard line and feel like they're maybe taking some of that momentum back.
Yeah, Van Gorp, 2 receivers out to the left. He hands off to Robbins. Robbins, another 6.
This is so interesting, isn't it, that Robbins took almost all of the carries in the first half. In the third quarter, he didn't take any carries.
Yeah.
And now back to the fourth quarter, you can see a heavy dose of Robbins, and he looks fresh, he looks sharp, and he's really making this drive go here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, well, they got a big one next week. Do the Mustangs there at Nevada, who's #1, I believe, in Class 3A, and that'll be a big one that we'll have on the KRLS3 stream. Robbins wrestled down after a gain of 2, and we got another big third down.
Yeah, that time the Eagles came with the blitz. You know, they were saying, hey, we're going to stack the box and we're coming at you. They really committed to the run there on 2nd and short, and it paid off for them. We'll see if they do the same thing here on 3rd and short, and we'll see how maybe the Mustangs respond. Are they going to try to go to the air, try to get aggressive here, and see if they can make a big play?
And Van Gorp will keep it. And a big play there by Caleb Van Arendonk. Van Gorp gets back to the line of scrimmage, 4th and the closest one you can get.
Yeah, and they did exactly the same thing. Pella Christian came on that same blitz. They were able to get in the backfield. Van Gorp kept it and made the right decision, but a great job by Van Arendonk's able to hold him. And it looks like on 4th and 1, we might see the Mustangs go for it. This is a big play.
Huge play in this one. 7:25 to go in the 4th. Handoff goes to Robbins. Eagles got into the backfield. Robbins does just enough to pick up 3 yards and a PCM first down.
Yeah, you know, nice job there. They go again between the tackles. PC setting the house again on the blitz. It's just hard when you don't have Trevor Veenstra out there. He's the one that's eating up the blocks in the middle, and he's, you know, still trying to get himself ready to go to see if he can get himself back there. Great job by Robbins, though. A great job by this offensive line. That was a gutsy call. You know,
Cooper Sprunk trying to get the crowd behind him here a little bit. Little bit of noise here from the Eagle faithful. Need a little more though. Van Gorp heels at the 50, turns, hands off to Robbins. Robbins spins his way down to the 41. Gain of
5.
Yep, 5. I don't know why I'm questioning. I should just always assume 5-6 yards.
Man, he just does such a great job in there. And again, we've talked about this offensive line for the Mustangs. You know, when you have a great offensive line, you feel like this is the time of the game where you're going to lean on those guys. And that's exactly what Greg Bonin and his staff is doing. He's saying, we are relying on you guys every time.
That they are. Pella Christian shows blitz. Robbins breaks through tackles. That's a gain of 7. It's another PCM first down. They are just working the clock down here. 6:11 to go in quarter number 4. Clock stops to move the chains, and it'll start back up here once the chains are set.
Yeah, this is where we see a little bit of the chess match here as, you know, Robbins actually heads to the bench here. The Eagles, literally, they're sending everybody.
Yep.
I mean, both linebackers have been blitzing pretty much every single play, just daring the Mustangs to try to make a play through the air or do something different. We'll see what they do.
Handoff goes to Evan Jones, trying to get to the outside. Landon Franzman is there, though, to bring him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, pretty good blocking there. One thing you'll notice, Robbins, he's the guy that likes to work between the tackles. He gets north and south really well. Jones is more of an east or west guy. You know, he wants to see if he can get to the edge. I thought the Eagles defense did a good job of containing him that drive. And actually, Jones has a little cramps here, so he's going to have to go off for at least one more play.
And that brings Robbins back onto the field. Mr. 5-6 yards.
Yeah. But, you know, they are in a, you know, they've been in great first down situations, setting themselves up for great second downs. This is the first time on this drive where they're moving backwards on first down for a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Eagles still working on getting Trevor Veenstra back out there. He's still getting stretched out, trying to work out the cramps in his lower legs. Eagles preparing for the run. Van Gorp turns, hands off to Robbins. Robbins just sneaks out. It's only a gain of 2. You're going to only give him 2 on that one, but I mean, it's one of the most impressive 2-yard runs you'll ever see. I mean,
he's great back there.
I mean, that play had no business going for any yards, and he just somehow makes a play out of nothing, gets 2. Third and 9, 4:48 to go in the ball game. Clock is rolling, though. Gavin Van Gorp in the shotgun, 3rd and 9, trying to get the Eagles to jump. The Eagles hold steady this time. Van Gorp looks to the sideline. He gets his call. Letting the play clock run down. He'll hand to Robbins again. Robbins breaks off of a couple of tackles. Cooper Sprunk rallies, rips the football out, and PCM falls on it. At the original line of scrimmage, it's going to go as a loss of 1.
Yeah,
for number, who was that? Number 78, I believe, who jumped on that one, or maybe it was
72.
72. So that was Harlan Shannon, who's starting left tackle in place of Mark Bussin, who won't be ready to go until next week. So that's a loss of a yard. Great job by Cooper Sprunk there.
Right.
And 4th and 10 at the 35, 3:50 to go in the game.
They're going to call a timeout.
PCM going to run the clock all the way down and call a Pella Motors timeout. The drama has built here at Pella Christian Stadium. It's PCM with a 7-point lead, has 4th and 10 at the Pella Christian 35-yard line.
You know, so if I can back up here to that last play, it's kind of an interesting play because Robbins had actually gained a few yards. His forward progress probably took him to the 30, maybe 29-yard line before he started getting driven backwards. I thought the refs probably were going to blow the play dead. They didn't. The ball was fumbled and then recovered, but you know, and obviously PCM, great heads-up play to recover that fumble. If Pella Christian falls on that ball, it's a totally different story. But because of the fumble, they don't get the forward progress. So it would have been 4th and 4, turns into 4th and 10. Obviously a huge difference as Mr. 5 yards. You're taking him out of the play now on 4th and 10. So we'll see what PCM's after here.
I would imagine Gabe Hobbs is in the plans here.
Sure.
They have liked him.
Yeah, he's been kind of their go-to receiver when they do go to the air. And obviously they trust Van Gorp, the junior quarterback, has been very impressive here this evening.
Biggest play of the night. 4th and 10 at the 35, 3:40 to go in quarter number 4. 21-14 PCM leads. Van Gorp is going to roll to his right. Looking down the field, looks for Hobbs, and there to make the play is Camden Parker. What a big 4th quarter for Camden Parker, the junior wide receiver, corner, kicker, doing it all.
Yeah, you know, he's not normally a guy who's playing a ton of defensive snaps, very capable corner, but he's kind of giving Noah Nunnekoven a blow here. It does an excellent job there. He was disciplined. I thought overall there's pretty good discipline, decent pass rush, and now the Eagles take over. What a ball game here, Tyler.
Oh my goodness.
We got 3:33 to go. A 21-14 lead here for the PCM Mustangs. The Eagles have done just enough to hang around in this game, and now they have an opportunity, maybe their last opportunity, to tie the game or take the lead.
35-yard line. The toss goes to Noah Nunnekoven across the 40. At the 40, they're going to call it just over the 40, so it looks like a gain of like 5.5. We'll call it 5 for Noah Nunnekoven.
Yeah, you know, we're not seeing Johnson Morgan right now. I think he's another guy who's just dealing with cramps. I see him kind of limping over there on the sideline. Now we see Keegan Fatma, the left tackle, come to the bench. This has really become a big issue here for Pella Christian.
And Van Arendonk is looking to pass. He's got Isaiah Breams across midfield to the 45, down to the 41. 2:55 to go. Pella Christian has moved the ball across midfield. That's a gain of, let's see, that's going to be 17 yards for Breams there.
Yeah, excellent patience from Van Arendonk. I really wanted to hit Sprunk in the flats, but he looked past him and saw Breams open down the middle of the field and put that one right on the money.
Van Arendonk rolling to his left, trying to get to the outside. Got past Jacob Went, runs out of bounds, and gain of 4. And a great heads-up play, though, by Van Arendonk to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with 2:34 to go on another 4-yard run by Keelan Van Arendonk. He's got 3 runs tonight, all of them for 4 yards.
Yeah, a little bit of a hurry-up here situation for Pella Christian. Obviously, the first time that they found themselves in this situation. We'll see how they respond. Pella Christian's been living on the big plays. They're going to need one here if they can make it, if they want to make it happen.
Van Arendonk going to send Benny Schurz in motion. Handoff goes to Benny Schurz. Gets it down to the 35, but we've got a flag on the field. So we're going to await the penalty flag here. You're listening to Pella Christian Football on the KRLS2 stream at KNIA-KRLS.com, powered by Bank Iowa. So the flag is on the field.
Yeah.
It's going to be holding on the Eagles.
Man, you're just putting yourself, you know, obviously, well, this hold is a tough play here, but just to set the stage a little bit, Pella Christian trying to mount this comeback. Right now, neither of their, or I guess Trevor Veenstra actually is out there at the right tackle position. Keegan Fatma, the left tackle, is on the bench trying to get himself stretched out. Johnson Morgan, who's kind of been their big-time playmaker, is having a hard time getting himself on the field. So a bit of a short-handed, little bit of a different Eagles lineup, but certainly some guys who are trying to make a big play to see if they can make it happen here.
Yep, Caleb Van Arendonk here after the penalty. He's looking to pass. It was a double move. Van Arendonk is sacked by Trenner Van Dyke, and it's going to be 3rd down and a quarter mile for the Eagles.
Yeah, that time just a straight drop back, something we haven't seen a whole lot of. Van Arendonk has shown to be a patient passer, usually does a nice job, and that time maybe just a little bit too patient, didn't have his initial look, maybe held on to the ball a little bit too long, but at this point you're just trying to make a big play. But 3rd and forever here, the Eagles got to make it happen now.
Yeah, and that was the first sack of the ball game here. Caleb Van Arendonk back to pass. He lofts one up into the sky, and running underneath of it is Cooper Sprung. 1st down, Eagles. What a throw by Caleb Van Arendonk, and what a catch by Cooper Sprung.
That's one of those just like fadeaway shots that's just so pure. Caleb felt the pressure. He's leaning back. He lofts one up and hit Cooper Sprung absolutely in stride. We're at the 20-yard line here with a minute and a half to go.
I think I've got that down for a 42-yard pass from Van Arendonk to Sprunk. Minute 25 to play, and a flag comes out.
Yeah, that one, actually, Benny Scherzer jumped first. They didn't catch it, but they did catch the second one. Moves them back here to the 25-yard line. Man, Pella Christian, once again, I said it, just doing enough to hang around. Hanging around is one thing. You have the opportunity now. You have made enough plays to be in this position. And can you get a score to make this a big-time ball game? And then PCM, they bend the bend but don't break defense. They've been in this situation plenty of times and have been able to keep the Eagles off the board.
Minute 12. Handoff goes to Benny Scherz. Benny Scherz breaks a tackle at the 10, 5, and touchdown! Benny Scherz! Tie ball game. 1:05 to go in quarter number 4.
Oh, and how about this, man? The place erupts as Benny Scherz makes the touchdown run on the double reverse. That's one of their go-to plays. We saw a bunch last week, and they go to it here in a crucial spot. And everybody's fired up right now. It's 21-20 Mustangs. It looks like Pella Christian maybe going for a 2-point conversion here. I thought that they might be keeping the offense out on the field. A big decision here coming up for this Eagles coaching staff. But wow, what a play. Just to be in this spot. An awesome comeback here in the 4th quarter. As you check out the replay here, the handoff goes to Noah Nunnikoven, I believe, who then hands it off to Benny Scherz. And he's got enough juice. He's obviously got the speed. Actually, yeah, it was Noah Nunnikoven handing it off to Benny. An outstanding executed play. We saw trouble in that play earlier, by the way, right? That was one that was fumbled on the handoff. This time they're able to make it happen. Let's see what they do here. I believe it is the offense taking the field to see if they can take the lead.
This is a gutsy call with a minute 5 to play.
You know, and the Eagles only have one. They had to use a timeout for this play, so this is it. If they give the ball back to the Mustangs, it's over. So they're putting it on their offense to see if they can get that 2-point conversion and take the lead.
That was a Pella Motors timeout. The Eagles offense on the field with 1:05 to go in the ball game, and a Pella Motors timeout again by the Eagles.
They didn't like it. I don't know, you know, they had just used the timeout. Of course, you can't take them with you, you know, so you might as well use them. If there's something you got to clear out, the game is riding on this play right here, so you got to get it right.
This game has seen a little bit of everything tonight, JD, and man, oh man, I'm going to go ahead and give these out now before we have to do it in the post game. Our Raise the Roof moment of the game presented by Advantage Credit Union for PCM. I'm giving it to Adrian Robbins, 6-yard touchdown run with 1:21 to play in the 2nd quarter. Puts them up 21-7. Our Raise the Roof moment of the game has been presented by Advantage Credit Union. Whether it's new construction, remodeling, buying a vehicle, or simply needing to get a loan, get it started with Advantage Credit Union at acuiowa.org. I'm going to save our Pella Christian one because we may see it here with 1:05 to play in quarter number 4. 21-20, Van Arendonk sends Schurz in motion, and a false start on the Eagles. Looks like they were throwing a jump ball to Camden Parker.
Interesting.
And now I would have to imagine we're going to kick the field goal here, and we may get overtime. We're kicking the extra point here after the false start on the Eagles.
You know, obviously the false start hurt. It looked like they were going to a fade. It actually looked like it was going to be defended pretty well. You know, and obviously Camden Parker's a big dude, you know, so
6'3".
You throw it up there to him, you feel like he can come down with it. Obviously the play doesn't happen. So now it is going to be Camden Parker in this kicking unit who takes the field here.
Yeah, the biggest kick thus far of Camden Parker's high school career. Snap, hold, kick is up. It splits the uprights, and we are tied 21-21.
Oh man, Tyler, this is just Tyler. This is great football. This is high school football at its finest, man. I'm up here nervous. I've coached in some of these moments before, and you know, when you're coaching, you're in the zone, you're good to go. When you're playing, you're good to go. It's up in the booth, it's in the stands when you feel the nerves, and obviously the energy here on this side of the field is outstanding right now. Just a fun football game. As the Eagles are able to tie it up.
In front of a packed house, too. Nonetheless, let's not forget that.
Totally.
This place is packed. I mean, we got people stretching basically the length of the field here.
Right.
You know, the bleachers are full. Great crowd, great game, great energy. Just love everything about the way this game has turned out tonight.
You said it as the bound, you know, game of the week. It certainly lived up to the hype as this has been back and forth. And obviously, Pella Christian making out some outstanding plays to tie this game up.
Yeah,
but let's not forget, we got 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. The Mustangs have 2 timeouts, you know, and they're receiving this kickoff, so they feel like, hey, we're going to be just fine. We've been able to move the football. They obviously haven't scored here in the second half, but they have been able to drive down the field. This game is, there's still obviously in a tie game, but there's a whole lot left to happen here, and there could happen here in the next 65 seconds.
Camden Parker set to kick this ball off for the Eagles. He'll send it away. It's a line drive kick received in the end zone by, I believe that is that is number 27, Gavin Steenhook, for a touchback. So PCM first and 10 at the 20. They've got 1:05 to go, 80 yards.
Yeah, you know, and again, this Mustangs offense, there hasn't been a big play. I mean, what's their biggest play? Maybe 20, 25 yards. You know, we'd have to look back. It's been a lot of the 5-6 yard gains with just 1:05 to go. They're not going to have time to do that. They can do a little bit of that, but they're going to have to find a big play if they want to get in field goal range or obviously get a touchdown.
They're going to hand off to Robbins. Robbins sneaks his way out just shy of the 30. Gain of, is that 8?
Yeah,
looks like.
The chess match continues as the Eagles have been blitzing their middle linebackers. Now they're not. Now they're saying, hey, we got to be smart, and they're able to pick up those 8 yards.
Yeah, 48 seconds. Ball goes back to Robbins. Robbins to the 35. That'll be a gain of 6 for a first down.
Stops the clock. 42 seconds to go.
Yep, and we got a
couple guys slow to get up.
Looks like Keegan Fatma, I think, is who that is on the ground for the Eagles. I can't tell for sure, but we've got a Pella Motors timeout here with 42 seconds to play. Normally, I would be taking a break right now to catch our breaths, but there's too much energy right now for me to want to step away. This is too exciting.
This has been outstanding. This is high school football at its finest. You know, Iowa's maybe not one of those states that's known for its football, right? When you think about that, you think about Florida, Texas, maybe Ohio, something like that. But I just love the small school atmosphere. And what we're experiencing tonight, in my opinion, is as good as it gets. You got the rivalry. These guys on the field all know each other. This place is packed. Everybody's still here. Amazing weather. You can't ask for anything better than this.
No, you can't. 42 seconds to play. PCM has the ball on their own 36-yard line. Clock will wind now. Gavin Van Gorp. Now he's going to look to pass. The Eagles did get to the backfield. Van Gorp will just unload one, and it's short The ball bounces off the ground. He was looking, I believe, the direction of Griffin Olsen.
Yeah, I'm noticing that Trevor Veenstra always lines up inside. They're actually moving him outside the defensive end, saying, hey, we're going to see if this kid can get in the backfield. You got Isaiah Breams on the other end. If you can get a sack, I mean, that absolutely changes the game. So the Eagles are kind of pinning their ears back to make that happen, but it's the secondary that's got to keep everything in front of them, make sure there's no big plays. With 32 seconds to go, the Mustangs got a lot of field to cover.
That they do, 32, and they could also kick a field goal here as well. Robbins running the football out just shy of midfield to the 48-yard line. It'll get 26 seconds. That's a gain of 12 for Robbins.
Still 2 timeouts for PCM. They're moving. They're on the line quick.
Yep, 26 seconds to play. Robbins is going to get it across midfield. Stopped at the Pella Christian 49-yard line with 19 seconds. And a Pella Motors timeout after the 3-yard run by Robbins.
It is worth noting, not to interrupt you, but Dominic Witt, the kicker for PCM, the sophomore kicker, he's looked pretty good too. I mean, that kid's got a leg, so certainly field goal is in play. Although with 19 seconds, they're at the 49-yard line. Obviously you're going to need a couple big plays here, no matter what, a couple big chunk plays if you're going to try to make that happen.
Yeah, Pella Motors timeout here gives us some Strawberry Cellular instant radio update time. Knoxville 20, Clark 20, late in the third quarter. Pella 28, Keokuk 17, 6.5 to play in the third quarter. Pleasantville leads Woodward Granger 28-14 with 8:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Melcher Dallas falls to Belle Plaine 92-6. Those are our Strawberry Cellular instant radio updates. Second and a short 8 from the 49-yard line, 19 seconds to go. PCM with the football at the Pella Christian 49. Following the timeout, Robbins will go from the left side of Van Gorp to the right, now back to the left. With 19 seconds to go, Van Gorp will turn. He'll hand back to Robbins. Robbins will be stopped at the 46-yard line, a gain of 3. And 12 seconds to play.
A surprising play
and a Pella Motors timeout.
I think maybe the PCM coaching staff got together and said, I think Pella Christian's going to be playing the pass. Let's get the ball in the hands of our playmaker Robbins and see if he can, squirt a big one there. But a great job from the linebackers, the interior defensive lineman there for PC to be able to keep him in front of him, to wrap him up, put him on the ground, and run 7 seconds off the clock. PCM has to use their last timeout.
Yeah, 12 seconds to go here. The ball is between the 46 and the 47-yard line, so PCM with about 46.5 yards to go here with 12 seconds to play in this one. And I would have to imagine they're going to play for the first down. Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. Pleasantville defeats Woodward Granger 28-14. Here we go. Van Gorp out there. He's got one receiver on either side. Robbins in the backfield, Wheeler to the right. Robbins is on the left side of the backfield. Van Gorp will take the snap. He's going to look to pass. It's a double move, and he's looking for Hobbs, and Benny Schurz with a great play there as Ritzer had gotten separated a little bit from Olsen there, but Van Gorp not able to be on target with the throw to Olsen. And a great job by Benny Schurz to go over there and ensure that that play does not connect.
And I thought pretty good coverage initially there from Brecken Ritzert as well to be able to knock it down. So now 6 seconds to go. Probably Hail Mary.
Yeah, if you're the Eagles defensive backs, you cannot get beat deep here.
There's a ton of guys subbing in. Maybe this is like a Hail Mary package. Pella Christian would love a timeout to talk about this, but they don't have any.
No one has one. We're out of Pella Motors timeouts.
We're going to actually get a delay of game. Yeah, there it is. No, they didn't.
They didn't throw the flag. Okay, now they do. Now it's a late delay of game call. That'll back PCM back up.
And I think this is good for the Eagles to make sure, hey, are we organized? Do we know what's going on? This is almost like you got a couple guys cramping up. Like, hey, just go down. Let's make sure we can talk about this situation because, credit PCM. They obviously have a package. They know what they're doing. It took them a while to get there. But this is going to be a Hail Mary situation, 51 yards in front of them. I imagine Gavin Gorp has that in his arm, by the way.
And we've got Jacob Went in the game. First time we've really seen him tonight on the offensive side of things. He can jump a little bit. PCM looking to pass. Gavin Van Gorp rolling out to his left. Caden Croyd looking to run him down, and Croyd will push him out of bounds as time expires. We have overtime in Pella as the Pella Christian Eagles storm back from down 21-7, going into quarter number 4, put a 14 unanswered, and 21-21. We'll take a break here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth and be back with overtime when we come back right after this.
Or recently had a little one? Join Pella Regional Health Center for a baby fair on Saturday, September 16th from 9 until noon at the main entrance lobby located at 404 Jefferson Street in Pella. Take a tour of the beautiful boutique-inspired family birthing center, learn about resources available to you, explore vendor booths, and ask questions to our medical providers and staff. Awesome giveaways and a grand prize drawing for a Graco Pack and Play. Learn more at pellahealth.org/babyfair.
Pella Engraving and Sign Company has a way to help your business or organization stand out: vehicle graphics. Vehicle graphics are designed with bright, vibrant colors to make you stand out from all the other cars, trucks, vans, and trailers on the road due to its unique and creative designs based on your company's logo. Everywhere you go, everywhere you park, your business is on display. For more information on how Pella Engraving and Sign Company can help you grow your business, visit PellaEngraving.com or call 628-2791.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strauver Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make US Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strauver Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for US Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy, the Pella Motors guarantee.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. The Bound Game of the Week in Class 1A, living up to its billing here in the Tulip City as Pella Christian and PCM go to overtime, tied at 21-21. And we'll just break it down here. Benny Scher's got the scoring started in quarter number 1 for Pella Christian. 6:06 to play as a 2-yard touchdown run by Benny Scher's made it 7-0. Then Gavin Van Gorp with a 6-yard touchdown run for PCM, tied it at 7-7 with 8:14 to go in the second quarter. Adrian Robbins with 1- and 6-yard rushing touchdowns at the 5:26 mark of the second quarter and 1:21 mark of the second quarter to put PCM up 21-7. Pella Christian storms all the way back, though. Camden Parker, one-play drive, 33-yard touchdown catch from Caleb and Aaron Dock made it 21-14 with 11:08 to play in the fourth quarter. And then Benny Scher's with a 25-yard touchdown run with 1:05 left in the fourth quarter puts Pella Christian back in the ballgame with a 21-21 score. PCM unable to score late in that drive, or late with their final drive of regulation, and we are at overtime. PCM and Pella Christian 21-21, and a first for us, JD, here in the broadcast booth. First overtime high school football game in the booth.
Yeah, we've had some great games on Eagle Lane, and this one is certainly, like you said, living up to that hype. You know, if there's some people who are scrolling through their Twitter accounts or whatever, seeing the score, tuning in now, this has just been an excellent ball game. It's just highlights on both ends, and you know, it hasn't been a super high-scoring game, but 21-21. Pella Christian's done all their scoring in the first and fourth quarters. PCM did all of theirs in the second and third. As we have the coin flip here to decide where we're going to play this, who's going to get ball first. All these things are super important here in the overtime.
And that it is. Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update here real quick while we await this. Norwalk defeated Indianola 21-14. Pleasantville defeated Woodward Granger 28-14, and we're getting the result. So Pella Christian will get the ball first. It'll be 1st and 10 Eagles Basically, if you're set up listening to your radio like us, it'll be on the left side of the field. If you were on the other side of the field, it'd be the right side of the field. But we're going to refer to it as the left end zone here, because I'm not great at remembering my directions.
And let's cover a little bit what this looks like for those who are maybe unsure of the overtime rules. Obviously, NFL, college, it seems like it's always changing. From what I understand, we're going from the 10-yard line here. You basically get your 4 downs to see if you can put one in the end zone or kick the field goal. After Pella Christian has the ball, PCM will then have their opportunity to either score or match whatever Pella Christians had, and it'll go back and forth that way until one team is able to get the edge.
So Caleb Van Arendonk here lined up behind the center. He'll roll right, looking to pass. He's looking, flips it up and intercepted by Adrian Robbins.
Tough one there. Great coverage from PCM as really there was nothing developing downfield. Obviously, Van Arendonk wants to have that one back as if he did it over again, he just run out of bounds and call it good. But, he tried to force one in there, tried to make a play. And you know what? He's made a ton of plays. That's why they're here, is because Pella Christian has kind of had that gunslinger mentality to go make something happen. And that time, maybe just a little bit too much, forced one in there. Interception now gives the ball to the Mustangs, and all they have to do with the ball at the 10-yard line is score. If they score, they win it. It can be a field goal or a touchdown. The Mustangs are obviously in control of this one after that interception.
Pella Christian sideline trying to get their fans behind them, get a little bit of energy for their guys on defense here. 1st and 10 from the 10 for PCM. Gavin Van Gorp, he's going to turn. He'll hand to Adrian Robbins. Spin move from Robbins. He's down to the 6. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 7. So it's a gain of 3 for Robbins.
Yeah, the Eagles back to their blitzing mentality. They're sending those linebackers. They're trying to make a big play. That's all you can hope for at this point, is to make a big play. Maybe put this in the hands of the kicker or the foot of the kicker.
Handoff goes to Robbins, and a false start.
Yeah. PCM, we've talked about the way that they've changed kind of their tempo. This time they tried to go a little quick. I'm not sure they were even set when that ball was snapped. That's a big penalty, right? Now you're in 2nd and 12. Obviously PCM is saying, they trust their kicker. He's been good, but they would love to say, hey, we'll just keep this thing on the ground, put it in the end zone, and run away with the win. Pella Christian would like to have something to say about that.
That they would. Van Gorp takes the snap. He'll hand off to Robbins. Robbins looking for a hole. It tries to bounce outside, and Trevor Veenstra literally holds him at the 10. Great play by Trevor Veenstra to keep him from breaking away there. Gain of 2 for Robbins. Strouver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Pella 31, Keokuk 17, 11 minutes to go in that game. Clark and Knoxville tied at 20 after 3.
The strong hands of Trevor Veenstra may have saved the game right there, as he had got just enough to grab the number 0 of Robbins, and he was able to hang on tight and bring him to the ground. Now we got 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10. 21-21, PCM and Pella Christian. Van Gorp will keep it, looking to roll to the left. Puts his shoulder down at the 5. Gets it down to the 1.
Okay.
And the field goal unit will come out for PCM.
Wow, interesting. I thought maybe if you're at the 1, you're going to second guess whether you're going to bring the field goal unit. The thing about this is it's way on the left hash, right? It's basically an extra point, which obviously they're comfortable with. They're 3 for 3 here tonight. But now you're kicking this field goal from the left hash. May not be a big deal in the end. Obviously, these are things that they work on. But an interesting situation as the kicker, number 3, Dominic Witt, comes out there.
The sophomore Dominic Witt looking to get PCM their first win over Pella Christian in 3 years. And it's blocked! Keegan Fama got there and extends it. Double overtime. Keegan Fama off the edge with our Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game for the Eagles as Fama extends it.
Okay. Got a few things to say about that. First off, a heck of a play for Keegan Fatma to get in there. He basically blocked that thing with his face mask. But could the Eagles have picked up the ball?
I don't think you can in high school. I don't think you can pick up the football in high school and run it. I don't know. I don't know that for sure.
It just looked like everybody celebrated and nobody went after the football after it was blocked. I'm sitting there like holding my breath, like who's gonna pick up the football and do something and end the game? But oh my goodness, this has just been wild back and forth. The Eagles just hanging on, finding a way. And now, so now we're going to second overtime, and it flips, right? PCM had the advantage, and now they kind of lose that advantage because they're going to start on offense, and then the Pella Christian offense will have an opportunity to respond. You always want to be in that position to respond. But let's go back a moment here. It's 4th and 1.
From the, I mean,
I really thought
left hash mark too. And Robbins has been your 5-yard guy all night long.
I get it. It was very clear the decision was made on 3rd down.
Yeah.
Because the second that play was over, Coach Bond is sending out his field goal unit, right? He had said to himself, I'm going to run the football. I trust my kicking unit. We're going to put it out there. And the snap and hold were great, but Keegan Fatma just squirted through there, was able to block the kick from the 1-yard line.
This game is unreal, folks. Double overtime on Eagle Lane in Pella between PCM and Pella Christian. And it's 21-21, Eagles and Mustangs. It'll be Gavin Van Gorp and Adrian Robbins in the backfield for PCM as they get the ball first to start this second overtime period.
Everybody on their feet here at Eagle Lane. I mean, just an outstanding game, and to have it come down to this place like this, oh, this is so much fun. I love it.
This game has given a little bit of everything, and I mean, just unreal.
All right, yeah, so here we go. You know, PCM's been saying they're going to keep the ball on the ground. That's what they've been up to. We'll see if they continue to do it here in the second overtime.
Here we go. 21-21 is the score. Handoff goes to Robbins, looking to bounce it to the outside. Great tackle by Noah Nunakoven. He's played a really good game out there quietly, I should say, too.
I agree. You know, Robbins he read the hole. It looked like, you know, he had one man to beat, and if he beats him, he might be running into the end zone. Noah Nunakoven was disciplined, kept his head up, got Robbins down there by the ankles, and took him down.
Gain of 2 for Robbins. Handoff goes back to him, weaving his way down near the goal line. PCM trying to give him a push. He's down to the 1 again.
Good run there. Again, you know, it's Robbins, right? I mean, they're saying he's the guy, he's the girl who got it, they brought to the dance, and they're going to finish it with Robbins. 3rd and 1. They're going to need him one more time. What I imagine on the other side, Pella Christian's pinning their ears back. They're coming with the blitz. They know it's going to go to number 0.
And here we go. Handoff goes to Robbins, and Robbins spins his way into the end zone. Touchdown, PCM. 27-21, barring the point after attempt.
Yeah, now again, decisions in overtime. You're always going to have decisions. Are you going to kick the extra point, or are you going to go for 2? It looks like they are bringing out that kicking unit to see if they can put them on up 7 points and put that pressure back on the Pella Christian Eagles offense.
Yeah, and
obviously blocking is really important. These extra points are massive.
Yep, we'll see if the Eagles can't get home again. We'll see if the Mustangs can convert this time. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. Dominic Witt puts the Mustangs up 28-21. Pella Christian has a shot, though, to keep this game going. This is, again, this game has given us everything. And JD, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. This feels like last school year, just continuing over here. Football, we had the South Hamilton game. Basketball, you guys had a big run with Wilton, West Burlington, where those were really tight competitive games. Baseball goes 10 innings with Van Meter. They go 8 innings with Beckman Catholic. We're just seeing more of it.
It's been a lot of fun. It's great to cheer on these young athletes, and both sides can enjoy this game for sure.
That they can. Caleb Van Arendonk in the backfield for the Eagles. He'll hand to Noah Nunakoven. Hands off to Benny Schurz. He explodes out the middle. And touchdown! Benny Schurz, 1 play. And we have a chance to go to a triple overtime.
I don't think we're going to, Tyler. I think the Eagles have made their decision. They're going to go for 2.
Here we go.
This game will end on this play right here. If the Eagles put it in from 3 yards out, they will win the game. If the Mustangs can stop them, they will win the game. Man, these are crazy, crazy finishes.
This is wild.
Timeout so we can all get that heart rate up as we think about what's about to happen. By the way, I should mention, how about Benny Schurz right there? I mean, he runs over about 3 guys. There was nobody getting in the way of him scoring that touchdown. But we'll see what they go to here. Okay, so we were in this position just about 20 minutes ago at the end of regulation. PC said, we're going for 2 in the win. It looked like they were running a little fade route to Camden Parker. I'm sure the Mustangs are aware of that situation. The problem is there was a false start that pulled the Eagles back 5 yards, and they ended up kicking the extra point, and that's why we're in overtime. But now they get another crack at it to see if they can get a 2-point conversion for the win.
Yeah, Camden Parker is lined up against Adrian Robbins on the PCM sideline up there. The Eagles gonna try to end it here. Caleb Van Arendonk in the backfield. Cooper Sprunk to his right. Noah Nunakoven to the right as well. Benny Schurz in motion. The toss goes to Benny Schurz. Schurz looking and spinning. And Benny Schurz is into the game, into the end zone. Touchdown, Pella Christian. The Eagles have defeated the Mustangs in double overtime. What a win for Pella Christian. Let's go ahead one final time. Let's raise the roof as Pella Christian storms back from down 21-7 in the fourth quarter to win the ball game against the Mustangs of PCM.
Oh my goodness, Tyler. It could not be more dramatic here on Eagle Lane on a Friday night. An unbelievable game, an unbelievable finish. At that point, the Eagles are saying, we're going to give the ball to Benny Schurz. He's our senior. We obviously saw a great touchdown run from him just a moment ago. And by the way, he was stopped at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
But one of the great things about Benny is he falls forward. He finds a way to fight for those extra yards, and he has never had more important extra yards to fight for than that one right there. The Eagles put it in Benny Schurz's hands for the 2-point conversion. Game on the line. He carries a couple dudes with him, puts it in the end zone. The Eagles win at 29-28. Oh my goodness, what a ball game.
Yeah, you said it right. Pella Christian 28-29 winners here in double overtime. And I think we need a minute just to totally soak in what happened. Let's go ahead and take a time out here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Back after this was the cabinet design of Pella Radio postgame show. Again, 29-28 Pella Christian wins in double overtime.
It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Get $60 back by mail on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Get up to $90 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Offer ends September 4th. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See Raceway Tire and Exhaust or FirestoneRewards.com for details.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
The refrigerator conked out!
Should try kicking the back coils? Prepare for those unwelcome moments with a Life Happens savings account at Advantage Credit Union. This pays you 1% APY on the first $2,000 with no minimum balance. As a member, this helps you save money for any time life happens. Build up your savings for those unexpected expenses with ACU to your rescue.
APY is annual percentage yield. Balance is over $2,000. Earn 0.3% APY. Federally insured by NCUA.
At
At H&R Block, we want you to focus on your business while we handle your books. From payroll and bookkeeping to expert tax preparation and advice, we're ready to put our expertise to work on your small business for year-round services that you need and the one-on-one attention you deserve. Partner with H&R Block Business Services. Stop by our offices in Knoxville, Sheraton, and Newton, or give us a call at any of our local offices to learn more.
At participating offices, services do not include audit, attest, or other services for which a license is required.
A great drive on the field is key in football. It's also our goal for you behind the wheel. Hi, this is Jason from Lauterbach Buick GMC. We have the winning game plan for the purchase of your new or quality pre-owned vehicle. Come check out the all-new 2024 Buick Envista and Encore GX, or the redesigned GMC Sierra, and get 2.9% financing for 60 months. Be ready for the long drive with a top-notch body shop and service center. On your team since 1981, Lauterbach Buick GMC, I-80 Speedway exit 168, or online at lauterbachcars.com.
Welcome back here inside the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. JD, once again, I mean, we get to call an absolutely amazing game here that Pella Christian pulls out over PCM 29-28 and double overtime. And we were talking about this off the air, and I mean, it looked like this was going to be PCM tonight. They had lost the last 2 years. They had controlled this football game for the majority of it, but the Eagles just find a way to get back in this game and give themselves a chance.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just an outstanding game, back and forth, and just a lot of fun. And, I think it's just really important sometimes in these moments, you get so emotional in these games, and it's so much fun, and that's why we love sports. And sometimes you just got to take a step back and go, man, what an awesome atmosphere, fun game. Obviously Mustang fans and Mustang players and coaches are disappointed, but they got to experience an outstanding game too, and I've just learned along the way, as a coach, obviously I coach the basketball team. You get in some of these and you win some and you lose some.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the margins are so small. And literally the margin tonight was Benny Schurz spinning over his right shoulder, extending the ball just far enough to get it.
Yeah.
Right? And I guess my point in saying that is it's just so fun to say, you know what an outstanding game. Right, just regardless of the outcome, what an outstanding game. Obviously, Eagles fans are elated, and the Mustangs are a little disappointed walking out. But a lot for both sides to be proud of. This is one of those games that you just kind of always remember if you're able to experience that. I've played in a couple similar games where we've gone to overtime as a football player, and truly, as those overtimes are going, I was brought back to some of those moments. We were fortunate to win one and lose one, and it's just fun. And it's obviously especially fun for Eagles fans as they all take the field here right now and celebrate an outstanding game and an outstanding win.
Well, and if I could take you back to last basketball season, you were on both ends of a game like this. You guys lost at the buzzer to Indianola. It's kind of like, to your point, I mean, you lost a heartbreaker here on Eagle Lane to Indianola. You turned around, is it not even like 2 weeks later, and you're, winning those games where other teams' hearts are getting broken against Wilton, West Burlington, it just that finicky of a sport where it's, sports are just that way.
Right.
It comes down to one play like this. And I mean, just what an outstanding game though that Pella Christian takes 29-28. And let's go to our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. And I think, if you're an Eagles fan, you should know exactly where this is going. And I think if you're a PCM fan, you should know where yours is going too. Key play for Pella Christian is by far the Benny Schurz 2-point conversion there that wins them the ball game. I know there's plenty of plays you can pick, but no play bigger than that play for Benny Schurz. It's obvious. And as a result, he's getting my nod as well. He had 2 touchdowns. So that's our key play and player for Pella Christian. For PCM, it's Adrian Robbins. He runs the ball for 222 yards on 45 carries on the night. And he had a touchdown as well. That's our key play for PCM. Looking for a key to your new career, visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. We'll be back after this talking to PCM head football coach Greg Bonnet right after this.
Hi, this is Russ with Bruxford's Home Center, here to let you know about a great offer we have available right now on a new Sherwood mattress. Get a queen for just $4.99. Sherwood is a trusted Tempur-Sealy private label partner, and every mattress they make is held to the same high-quality standards that make all Sherwood products one of the best values on the market. Stop in today and pick up your new Sherwood mattress. A queen is just $4.99 at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Now that the kids are back in school, you finally have time to take care of some of the things that you've been putting off for a while. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, reminding you how important it is to make sure your pet receives a regular wellness exam. Just like our local athletes recently received their annual physicals to screen them for any potential problems before getting back in action. Think about it this way. They say that 1 year in a dog's life is like 7 years in yours, and you wouldn't wait 7 years to go to the doctor. That's why we recommend an annual exam for our younger pets, and for older pets we recommend twice-a-year exams. This special attention allows for early diagnosis and treatment of health problems, helping us to maintain your pet's high quality of life. Schedule a wellness exam today by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
We'd also like to take a moment to say good luck to all the local sports teams competing this season. Go Little Dutch, go Eagles, and go Dutch.
Welcome back here to the Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show. With our continuing coverage of Iowa high school athletics, we're joined now by head coach of the PCM football team, Greg Bonnet, following a tough 29-28 loss to the Pella Christian Eagles here. And, Coach, a hard-fought game all the way around. Pella Christian got off to a good start there with the first score, and you guys responded in the second quarter. One thing you talked to me in the pregame about was, taking the punches and then being able to fight back. What pleased you the most about the way your team responded after Pella Christian threw that first punch and went up 21-7?
Did they go up 21-7?
You did.
Oh, yeah,
you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my thing was I thought we came out just a little bit flat, and we didn't really. I don't think our energy really recovered. I don't quite know why. I kind of got to do some research on that to see why we were just so flat. But didn't quite have the energy tonight. weren't fitting well. Just weren't making big plays. And when that happens and we're not doing our part, then you can't. You're playing Pella Christian. They're gonna take advantage of you, and they're gonna beat you just like they did tonight.
And one guy that I want to highlight, we talked about him numerous times over the last couple of years on our station, is Adrian Robbins. You guys used him a lot tonight. 45 carries, 222 yards on the ground by our count here, and he's just Mr. Consistent. What can you say about what he brought to you guys all night long out of the backfield?
Yeah, I mean, Adrian, that's a lot of carries for a dude. He's also playing defense out there, and he made a lot of good plays on that too. So, Adrian's a one heck of a player. And he's one of our leaders too, and we just got to get, more guys, stepping up and kind of trying to be a player like he is. I think we, looking at it, it's based off what I seen on the sideline. It just didn't seem like we were fitting very well. From a defensive perspecve. We'd nail it every now and then, but, most of the times it was just really, really loose. And I think we had guys looking in the backfield, but, that doesn't help either. But Adrian was a solid player tonight for sure.
He was. And another solid player that I want to highlight too is Gabe Hobbs. He had did a nice job out wide for you guys. He had 3 catches for 55 yards. He also had a couple of runs as well for you guys, and just seemed to find ways to make plays when he had his number called tonight. What can you say about his ability on a night where we mentioned Adrian Robbins got a lot of the work, but for Gabe to step up a week after maybe not getting his number called quite as much as it did tonight?
Well, Hobbs is a good player. I mean, he's a senior, and he can do some things. We got to be able to get him the ball. Probably as we watch this film, I think we'll probably notice that we weren't as pass friendly as what we probably wanted to be going into this game. We talked a lot about being able to hit some passes and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, we just didn't. The game plan kind of deviated a little bit, and maybe that has a little bit to do with Adrian being good. But we need to get guys like Hobbsy the ball more for sure.
And obviously, we've talked a lot about the positives. Things kind of break down there at the end, unfortunately. And the first overtime. One thing I want to talk about is people in the crowd. I'm sure that people will question it. I just want to know the decision-making process with 4th and goal at the 1 there. The debate whether to run the ball or kick it there, putting the ball in the leg of Dominic Witt. What was going through your mind sending Dominic out there?
Probably looking back, I wish I would have called timeout and ran the ball, to be honest with you. But Witt, we thought definitely he was going to be automatic, and we just got a little leakage there. We didn't quite do our job, but it's kind of the story of the night. We just didn't quite do our job, and unless we do, we got a tough road ahead of us, and we're playing a really good team next week, and if we don't figure some things out, it's going to get ugly now.
Yeah, and you mentioned Nevada next week. They're a top team in the state. They're obviously very good. What are the things, without watching the film, that you would challenge your guys with going into that game, knowing that it's going to be probably the toughest game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing that I would challenge them with based off what I see on them. Everything is about us right now. I mean, we're either going to figure it out or, we'll get beat pretty handily. But I think knowing our guys, they're going to look at the film. They're going to be like, I don't know, why I was so flat. Maybe they'll take a look and figure it out. I don't know if they're too confident, not confident enough, or whatever the situation is. But I feel like they'll communicate that pretty well with me. And if they have any suggestions for keeping them fresher, I'm sure they'll let me know and everything like that, because they'll want to figure it out just as bad as what I do, and they'll know the situation we're in too.
Coach Bonnet, I know this is a tough one to talk about, but I appreciate making the time to come up and talk with us about this one. And best of luck next week at Nevada, and best of luck the rest of the year.
All right, thanks, man.
Absolutely. That was head coach of the PCM football team, Greg Bonnet, here on the Cab Design of Pella Radio postgame show. Back after this with more on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. When you drive around town and see for sale signs in front yards, you'll notice that there's only one real estate company with Pella in its name. That's us, Pella Real Estate Services. I'm Mike Bukite, one of the Prez local agents. Unlike some of the bigger corporate brokers, we have no hidden fees and no added buyer fees. You'll get full transparency through the whole process, and you'll save money when you sell your home with our Prez Listing Advantage. Who you do business with matters. Make the local choice and call 628-1BUI for Pella Real Estate Services.
Welcome back here on the Cabinet. Welcome back here on the Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show on KNIA-KRLS.com. We were just joined by Greg Bonnet of the PCM football team. We'll give him a second to catch his breath. He ran up here. That's Pella Christian head football coach Rich Kakmarinsky following a really exciting win. So we'll give him a second. He'll let us know when he's ready, but we'll look at the numbers here real quick. And he's ready to go, so we'll jump in. With our continuing coverage of Iowa high school athletics, we're joined now by Pella Christian head football coach Rich Kakmarinsky, powered by Hy-Vee, following an amazing 29-28 win against the PCM Mustangs. And Coach Kakmarinsky, before we get into the game itself, right now, the feeling for your team, I can only imagine the joy that you guys are experiencing. Can you tell me what that joy was truly like in the post-game huddle that you guys just had?
Well, I think that this is an unbelievable game. I mean, one of the greater games I've ever been a part of here at Pella Christian. The thing I think everyone's feeling, there were many times where PCM had a chance to shut the door on us and close the game out. We got to stop on defense. We got to score on offense. Next thing you know, we're knocking on the door again. Little things like we got a blocked field goal there at the end in the overtime to send it to double overtime. So just so many things. But I thought our kids showed just such tremendous heart and tremendous determination in order to win this football game. So I am so proud of them. I don't even know what to say, but that was one of the greatest. I thought it was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen.
Game was just so exciting, and wow was just the only word I could come up with for the longest time. But we got to go back. You guys got off to a great start. You're up 7-0 early, and then PCM responds, goes up 21-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
You guys are marching with a chance to make it 21-14 in that second quarter.
Yes.
They get a big turnover going into halftime. What was the feeling like at halftime and the conversations you guys were having?
Well, there was no despairing at halftime because we felt like we were right there. Had we been able to hang on to the football, we were driving, make it a one-score game. Obviously, we did not do that. But they definitely kind of punched us in the mouth there in the second quarter, man. They were running the ball well. We were not offensively having a great success. Our defense was kind of getting run through at times. I thought our defensive coach did a great job at halftime, made a couple adjustments. I think really tightened out our defense. And, boy, I tell you what, they got some men on their D-line. So we knew coming in we were going to struggle to run the football, I thought, and we did. But we found a few ways to move the football in the second half. Camden had a big touchdown catch. That was really great. Benny ran super, super tough. Johnson and Noah Cohen ran really well. I thought Caleb Van Arendonk was just ice water in his veins. That guy was so cool. I've enjoyed watching him play basketball for Coach over the last couple of years. He said he makes such good decisions. I thought he's managed the game so well. So yeah, it's just a lot of great things. A lot of things come together in order for the win. But our team was super, super excited.
And we got to talk about Caleb Van Arendonk because he is the guy that gets the response there to start the fourth quarter. First career varsity touchdown pass for the Eagles with that 33-yard connection with Camden Parker. Just being able to see that and knowing that early in the first half it was a struggle throwing the football and he just wasn't able to get connected with his receivers. To see that to start the fourth quarter to really kind of spark that mounted comeback there from 14 down. What was that like on the sideline, just knowing that he was able to stick with it despite some early struggles in this game?
Well, he's still a young quarterback, so we think his ceiling's still pretty high. I mean, he's only got 2 games under his belt, but he makes good decisions. And it's one of those deals where I think as the game goes on, he gets smarter and better. And I showed that tonight. I thought our receivers, they jammed us up pretty good early. They played some press man on the last scrimmage, and we weren't getting off that. But our receivers got better as the game went on. Got some free releases. That big score to Camden was huge. But I think that our passing game has got to improve. We missed some passes early that really hurt us. But I think we have the talent at quarterback. I think we have the talent at receiving core. We just got to keep getting better and keep working at it. And so I think I'm going to go and look at the film tomorrow morning, and there's going to be a lot of mistakes we made, a lot of things we screwed up. But, we were able to get the win, and we're 2-0, and we got a lot of momentum, and we got all next week to work on to get some things out of her fixed and get onto the better side of life. But, again, I think the heart that I think our team showed tonight was paramount. It was just a great showing of our team. And Coach Booter said down in the huddle, it took a team effort. It took every one of our team tonight in order to win. And so great victory for us.
It really did. Now we got to talk to the head coach of the Pella Christian football team, Rich Kekmarinsky here, powered by Hy-Vee. We got to ask you, too, first overtime, the pick right off the bat.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was kind of crushing. PCM gets the ball down to the 1.
Yep.
They send the field goal unit out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah.
What's the overall feeling on the sidelines going into that play? And then what can you say about the play that Keegan Fatma made there to save the game for you, basically?
Well, I was actually surprised they went for the kick. I thought they would just run the ball again, So actually, I was glad they kicked it because I felt like we could have a chance maybe. You just never know. There, you got the craziness factor in the kicking game. The ball's on the 1-yard line, and believe it or not, the ball's on left hash, and you're on the 1-yard line. That's actually a pretty tough kick from the left hash on the 1-yard line because it's got a pretty good angle to get in there. But Keegan Fatma is such a winner. He's always been this way. He's not the biggest. But he is super strong, and he's so mentally tough, and he's so smart. He's one of those guys that just figures how to get it done. And so I was so proud of him. He's I guess to me, he's prototypical of our team. Just a great kid and a great player, and just finding a way to get it done. And he did that, definitely saved the game for us and gave us new life for second overtime.
And we talk about, guys who just find ways to get things done. I think we got to talk about Benny Schurz now because it was 28-21, Benny Schurz powers in from 10 yards out, first play of double overtime. Then the 2-point conversion, he gets stopped like a yard or two short of the end zone and just makes a great effort to get across the line. What can you say about just his desire to put it all on the line there to ensure that he got the win here for the Eagles tonight?
Well, I mean, there was no doubt I'm sure PCM knew who the ball was. Everybody in the stadium knew who the ball was going to go to. Just had to stop him, and they couldn't. So I just, he runs with such power. He runs with such good leverage. And you should have heard the old line in the huddle when I called the play, the 2-point conversion play. They're like, we're getting this in. There was no doubt. So Benny brings that energy, but just fired up the whole team. They all know that we're going to be successful. It's like we're going to hold our blocks. So I was really pleased. Obviously, Benny played a magnificent game, but he also really energized the whole offense, really, the whole offensive line, which was a great thing.
Yeah, Coach, what a great win. Again, congratulations on one of the more exciting football wins, by far the most exciting win since the South Hamilton game of last year. But, man, we've got some fun ones here in recent memory. We got another fun one at Grundy Center next Friday night, and I'm looking forward to talking with you about that one. But appreciate the time, and best of luck next week at Grundy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That was Rich Kagmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team, powered by Hy-Vee. Back one final time with the Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show right after this.
Hearthstone and Pella is adding to their nursing team, and if you're looking to get into the healthcare field, becoming a certified nurse's assistant is a great first step. Hearthstone offers 4 CNA classes every year, and they'll even pay for it. Once you become a CNA, they'll pay for you to get your certified medication aid, and they offer tuition reimbursement of up to $3,000 per year for you to attend nursing school. They want you to join the team, and they're willing to invest in you. To learn more about this immediate opportunity, call Ann at Hearthstone and Pella at 620-4162.
Grow strong with us, Light State Bank, Light State Bank.
Could you be earning higher interest rates on your checking and savings accounts with our exclusive Lighten Rewards? Our Lighten Cashback, Lighten Interest, and Lighten Savings accounts are all designed to reward you for the transactions you're probably already doing, like swiping your debit card, receiving e-statements, and making payments by ACH debit. Visit lightenbank.com to start your account opening today. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth with the Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show. Final time. We're here tonight. And tonight's final stats presented by the Everett Update Agency. PCM actually had Pella Christian beat in the ground game. Not something you hear often, but PCM 70 rushing attempts for 305 yards. Pella Christian 36 rushing attempts for 191 yards, but Pella Christian beats PCM over the air. 140 yards for Pella Christian, 6 of 15 passing. 73 passing yards for PCM on 4 of 8. Adrian Robbins again leading the way for PCM, 45 for 222 yards. That's a crazy stat line. Pella Christian, they were led by Benny Schurz, 12 rushes, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Pella Christian tonight. Benny Schurz was our player of the game. Adrian Robbins was our player of the game. Caleb Van Arendonk passing the football, 5 of 13 for 105. He connected with Cooper Sprunk 2 times for 73 yards. Camden Parker once for 33 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Breams had 2 catches for 26 yards as well. Gabe Hobbs had 3 catches for 55 yards. Of Gavin Van Gorp's 4 completions for 73 yards. Those are tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. Let Chad Lancer Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verdeft Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. JD, tonight's longest drive of the game, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. I don't have an official what was the longest drive, but can I just say that the last drive there for PCM was the longest one, because it may have only been like a minute left in the game. Yeah. That felt like the longest drive as they're running the football with Adrian Robbins down the field, and it's just like, man, where is this game going to go?
Right.
It felt like the longest drive to me. I don't know about you. I'll let you pick your own longest.
Yeah, well, one of the things I was thinking about is on when Pella Christian scored the last time with a minute to go, the play that kind of set it up. Pella Christian had a penalty. They're in like 3rd and 22. You know, they're in third and forever, like looking for something to happen. It really just kind of felt like the game was probably over at that point, and Caleb and Air Dunk dropped back and lofted up a dime to Cooper Sprunk, who was able to haul it in, and the next play, Benny Scherz is able to get into the end zone. So I don't know if that was the longest drive, although I do think it was a pretty long drive. And man, what just that moment there kind of encapsulates what Coach Cack was talking about, of just not giving in, you know, and having that resiliency that this group showed here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, easily one of the best ball games of the night. Plenty of moments that we could talk about for a long time, but we need to get off the air because I'm sure that everybody at home is just wanting to celebrate or whatever. But that is tonight's longest drive, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. All your hardware, plumbing, and interior design solutions are just a short drive away at Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center in Pella. In closing, presented by Lighton State Bank. Again, one of the best games that the state has seen this year. Pella Christian does just enough to edge PCM 29-28 here at the first game at the newly renovated Pella Christian Stadium. They break in their digs in the right way, and we're going to look for more exciting moments here at the new and improved PC Stadium. In closing, presented by Lighton State Bank, grow strong with us. Thanks again for tuning into this edition of Pella Christian and PCM High School Football, where we say so long and we say thank you to everyone back in the studio, making sure we sound great. Kathy, Molly, Tim Mount, Spencer Dirks. They do a great job back there. Appreciate all the work they do. You've been listening to the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show at Cabinet Design of Pella. They expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Baum, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. Again, Pella Christian 29, PCM 28, double overtime. Tune it over to 92.1 KRLS for the scoreboard show. That'll be coming up with Tim Mount and Spencer Dirks, I believe, here in a little bit. Appreciate you tuning in. 92 right here on KNIA KRLS.com.